Everybody's iPhone's on the blitz.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawnyScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawnyScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawnyScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Shawn. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the TakeOver Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm gonna tap in for sure.
Tap in.
Diamonds on my neck. Tap. We done made it to a Monday. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael Shawn and Shawnee Scott. It's Shawnee Scott and Michael Shawn. Happy Monday. Jay Black's asleep. We can't get in touch with him. Mo will be joining us later on in the week. So the beginning of the show is just us. It's just me and Shawnee Scott. And everybody on IG Live, if you want to watch the show, you want to see all the clips, Media Room 360 on every platform, from Facebook to Twitch to everything, to LinkedIn, to you can get your streaming channels. You see the TV behind me. You can do that on your TV. Just put Media Room 360. I did say YouTube, Roku, all that good stuff. You on IG Live. Shout to you for rocking with us. Shawnee, let me get Shawnee on IG Live. Shawnee, you really, I've never even thought about it. I never noticed it till I watched that promo, how much you like that chick from the Cosby Show when you're doing those interviews. Hey, Kathy.
Yeah, everybody says that. Good morning, everybody. Once again, after this initial greeting, I cannot comment unless I piggyback and reply on somebody else's comment. I need to check my settings again.
I know that's killing you because Kathy got shit to say. I know you got stuff to say. You ain't trying to just wait around. But yeah, you look like, what is her name? Keisha Knight?
Keisha Knight Fulham. Yep, I've always gotten that.
But you never look like her. Only in that promo where I keep looking, I'm like, God damn, the girl look like, what's her name? Well, she look like you. Because I think might be around. You're not that much.
We're about the same age. I think we are the same age, matter of fact.
God, that means I'm so much older than your ass. Jesus, wow. It hurts my feelings. How was your weekend? No, that hurts my feelings. Like, Jesus, like, I don't even.
Why does that hurt your feelings?
Because I feel like we the same age, but we not. Like, I really am a lot older than you.
You could be younger. You could be younger.
I'm a lot older than you.
You give off young vibes. Not that you old. I'm not saying you old.
No, I am, because you know why? This is why I know I'm a lot old. This is why I know I'm a lot older than you. Ever do this? There was a point in time where I'd have went to jail for trying to holler at you. That's when you know you a lot older than somebody. Like jail. Not like, jail. Like for real. Like I'd have been registered and been gone away for like 20 years.
Yep. But you give off young vibes, so it's cool. I don't know what's wrong with IG.
Let me try to get you on here again. Who knows what's going on? There's a lot going on with this IG. Like I don't know what's happening, but everybody's been having ever since Elon Musk bought Twitter, and I've been on TikTok so much. I don't know. So how was your weekend?
So my weekend it was full of work, but we were out doing events. We were in front of people, pushing Media Room, pushing shirts. Me, Bink, and Slow Your Roll had an event in DeSoto where we spoke to the teens there.
Oh, nice.
And then what else did we do? That's it. Work.
That's good that y'all talk to the teens.
I always work. Yeah. They ain't want to hear nothing though.
Nah, teens is they're the worst. Like they're like you really unless they know you, even when they know you, they the worst.
Yeah, they
The only
just
time
like, I need this credit. I need this community service so
I
I
need
can
this community
graduate.
service. Like it's like I never had a good talk with the teens unless I clowned them for 15 minutes before I start. Like I always used to have to get the person who thought they were the funniest.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't really helpful. That wasn't really helpful. Like the teachers would love it, but I'm like, I ain't really providing a service. And then when I was drinking, oh my God, ain't
You
nothing
would go
right.
to the school drunk?
Girl, first of all, I wouldn't sleep. When I was doing the night show, I wouldn't sleep. Like we do a club in the middle, like we did clubs all week. So I'd wind up like basically taking a quick shower and sleeping for like 20 minutes. So basically I'm officially still, I'm still ripped from the night before. One, I never forget, I was the principal for a day.
Mm.
I had to do the announcements. I had to be in the cat. There was no choice but for me to have like 2 or 3 shots because there was no way I was making it through that day. Yo. There was no way
Was
I
this
was
in
making it.
Texas or on the
It
East
was in
Coast?
Philly, and we was in the hood. Yo, I grabbed that mic in the morning time and did the announcements like I was at a. They loved me. They loved me.
Yeah, of course.
The teachers was like, "This is great." I was ripped. When I tell you, I went straight from that school to one of them bars that open early in Philly because normally the bars don't open till I forget what time. I was like, God, and I had to sit at lunch and eat them nasty lunches with these kids. Them little fast ass girls trying to holler.
At you?
What? These
What
little
they
girls,
say, Mike?
oh,
What
they
they
was
say?
so extra. You know, because Philly's famous for OG, calling you OG. You could be 2 years older than somebody in Philly, and they call you an OG. OG. OG
Mhm.
got baby mom. There's the OG. You know, I'm graduating. Oh, that was the thing. You know, I'm graduating this year. If you don't take your fast ass away from me.
Mm.
No, that was so yeah. God bless.
Oh,
I used to
you
work with
know I'm graduating this year.
lady. Yeah, I'm graduating. You know, I'm graduating, right? You know, I'm 18, right? Girl, if you don't get away from me, please, like, please stop. First of all, you don't know how I'm, but I give it to Lady J. She loved working with them kids. You got to have patience.
Yeah.
You got to have patience. Unless you got the kids that really want to know something, like it's a certain group of kids that they put you and you talk to these kids because they trying to, you know. But man, don't go in there trying to think you're gonna change the world. These kids don't give a fuck.
Mm-mm. I'd rather let them ask questions. Like I give them a little bit of information and then be like, what y'all want to talk about? And then let them ask questions if something's interesting to them.
And I shouldn't say all kids. There were a lot of kids who did ask questions. Then there was some sad. There was some sad ones too. Kids really asking for help, and I was like, God damn, I don't know. I can lead you to a guidance counselor or something, but I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Oh shoot!
I remember I used to do this thing on the radio, and then I'll tell you how my weekend was. I used to do this thing on the radio because the radio station, the company, well, it was Radio One. God bless Radio One. Shout to them.
Mm-hmm.
But they wasn't trying to put they wasn't trying to put no money into my night show. I would have ideas, and they were like, "Well, go do them," but we ain't got the money. We're not gonna put into it. Right. So I would pay people's rent. I did a once a month thing. I would pay people's rent out of my pocket.
Wow.
So it all month long, you would have to tell me your sad story on why I should pay your rent, which turned into a great segment because you had people really struggling, which is sad. Then you had people who were full of shit who just wanted to get, because honestly, I couldn't even prove that I was paying your rent money. Like you just told me how much your rent was. And then like, I didn't even go through the qualifications. Like we just handed you, I think it was a money order or whatever. It wasn't even like I found out the rental company or whatever like that. So you could use it for whatever you want. But it turned into a dope segment. And then the winner at the end of the month, when we picked them, we'd allow people to comment. We'd get the finalists for the last week. We get the people who had the hardships. I shouldn't say the worst stories, but the hardships.
The worst stories.
But it was the worst stories, like, you know. And then we pick and we let the callers call. It was super interactive. It was just whatever. We had like 9-minute talk break there. That program director.
Oh, they was flipping. Yeah.
Oh, we was winning. So they left us alone. They was like, well, we don't know why this shit is working, but it's working. So this one Spanish family came up and they won, and they were super. You know, everybody was always super like appreciative. They were like, yo, I can't believe you're really doing this. They're like, he's really giving us this money. Sometimes we were so hood, we'd give it in cash. It wasn't even a check, Shawnee. It was literally, I would just give him my club money.
That's the best. That's the best prize. Get the cash.
They would think I was being dramatic. I was taking it out of my pocket because it was last minute. And I'd be like, 100, 520s, 520s, 520s. So the Spanish family came and they brought the whole family with them. They had the nieces, the nephews, they had the whole thing. And so we got to meet the daughter and whatever. So the daughter, as she's getting the money for the rent, is telling us her prom is coming, right? And it's like telling us the struggle, how she's not going to be able to go to prom. Like, these motherfuckers is really trying to scam me to pay for the prom too? So I said it. I was like, so y'all trying to scam me to pay for the prom, right? And they were like, everybody's laughing. I was like, whatever. I got phone callers commenting. So we paid for the limo. I said, F it, we're going to pay for the limo. I got the limo, right? Even though I think we had a hookup for the limo, but I got the limo. It sounded good on the radio. Yeah. Go ahead. You got the limo. It's like 3 or 4, I'll say 3 weeks. I don't know exactly how long it was. The person who won the rent, the adult, died.
Oh.
And you know there wasn't no life insurance.
Oh, no. No.
And I'm not laughing at death.
I know.
You know what's coming next.
Can you pay for the funeral?
And they called and they were like, so-and-so passed. First of all, I aired the phone call, which I don't even know if I should have aired the phone call, but I aired the phone call. I don't even think I asked permission. I think I aired it. I was like, and it was sad. It was emotional. The heartstrings. Everybody was like, yo, I forget the gentleman's name, but I remember at that point, we had talked to them so much that everybody remembered the person's name. So people were really calling up, like, sending condolences to the family and stuff like that.
Oh, my gosh.
I was hoping, Shawnee, that the next question wasn't coming. On Everything I Love, I was trying to get through this without them saying. And eventually they said, Jay wasn't even on the show. Jay was doing Jonesy's show. The producer was A. White. I had my first producer named Jay Black, and my second producer was named A. White.
A. White.
White. I did not pay for that funeral, though. I said, I can't pay for the funeral. I said, I don't even, do you know how much a funeral costs off the door just for the casket?
Like, well, they would have had to have a little wake and a cremation.
And that was, we never talked. They never talked to me again. Like they stopped communication with me. I said, I can't pay. Like off the scenes, I might have said it on the radio. Everything got said on the radio. I think
but how they gonna get mad at you for not paying for the funeral like you like it's your responsibility?
It was like other adults were calling me and they had my phone number. So now I was getting, it wasn't text messages then, but I was getting phone calls. They was leaving voicemails. I was like, I can only tell you one more time. I cannot pay y'all. I can't pay $5,000 or whatever it is for the funeral. Dog, I paid your rent. I paid for the rent.
You got the prom.
I got the prom. I said, I don't have it. Like, I don't have it to give. Like, I couldn't even dog, it was the most amazing thing. And it was almost like they didn't get an official attitude, but I remember never hearing from them again. Like before it would be like, hey, Mike, we just want to say hi. They would call the station and ask for shout outs, but I remember they never talked to us again.
Well,
and I never wrote those rents off on my taxes. God, I was an idiot.
What's the most you paid for rent?
We put a cap on it after I hit like 1,200. That's when we put a cap on that shit.
So you paid a certain amount towards the rent.
Yeah, we were like, the cap was this.
What was the cap?
I think the cap was like $700 because I said, if you got a $1,200 rent, I remember after paying, I said, from here on out, if you got a $1,200 rent, that's your bad decision. Because back then, $1,200 was a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had a nice ass apartment that I lived in, and I think it was like maybe 800. Maybe 800. So 1,200, you was killing them. Stacey Mister, wasn't no GoFundMe back then.
Oh, wow.
GoFundMe was ask somebody for money.
I wish somebody paid my rent.
It's still a dope idea for a radio station to do. They can get somebody to do it.
Yeah, I would. Who can we get to pay rent? Because if we got a promotion to get somebody to pay the rent, you know what? They paying my rent first. So
No
like
facts.
I'm the first
What up,
one.
Shawn? No facts.
Because rent is
And the
rent
way it's
is
set
a
up now, the way all the scam, I'm not getting into it. There's a whole
good
scam
morning,
going on
Shawn.
with these companies buying all the houses, and they're making it so that people are making it very difficult for the average person to buy a home because these companies are going to cities and just buying hundreds at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're renting these joints out. So
For
yeah.
high, sky high. Like I was looking for another spot, and my rent is like, well, they went up on my rent. I couldn't believe it. Now my rent is $26.50. Starting in July, it's gonna be $26.50. July or August, one of those. So I went, looking, but I can't find nothing with this space
Hell
that,
no.
like, for the same amount. $26.50 is another high rise, and it was probably the size of the front part in my kitchen, and that's it. And I was like, nah, we ain't gonna be able to do this. I got
Shit, your
because
spot
I'm
is like,
in 2,500 square feet. I'm in 25 square feet. Yeah, 26.50. That's my rent. Yeah.
duh. But the way her place is set up, y'all. Okay, I spent. How do I say? All right, all right.
Yeah, because they gonna be like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, that's
You
not
you
even.
spend a lot of time in my house. Let's
Yeah,
just
I
say
spent a
that. You
lot of
spend a lot of
time, and when Shawnee disappears, it's almost like you don't know where she's at in the spot. Like once she goes away, it's like you feel like you can't just be like, Shawnee, where you at? You got to call her in her spot. Like you got to be like, where the fuck? Like what wing is she in? 'Cause I don't know where she at.
Yeah, 26.50. I mean, but James, when I was in Tyler, my rent was $2,000 because I lived in the Cascades on the golf course.
Literally, you pay more than I pay for this townhouse. That's crazy.
Yeah, my rent is more than my mom's mortgage, and her house
Yeah,
is
your joint is definitely more
like,
than my mortgage.
I think her house about 3,800 square feet. Yeah,
Damn.
but I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy. I don't want the responsibility of a house. I like when something go wrong. I
Oh,
get
that
maintenance. I'll be
responsibility.
like,
Yeah.
hey, can you come help me? Do this. Can you come
Oh
fix this?
yeah.
They be like, all right, Johnny, we'll be around there. I like that. I don't like having to do that. And even when I rented a townhouse that had a yard, fortunately, in the rent, and that was in Tyler. That townhouse was like, but that wasn't bad. That was like $1,300, and it was about 2,000 square feet. It wasn't bad, but the cost of all the maintenance was in there. So somebody
Mm.
came cut the yard. I had sprinkler system. I didn't have to deal with all that. But I like renting.
So that is a good segue on how my weekend was. You said you don't like
Okay.
you don't like the responsibilities of the shit you
Mhm.
got to do.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know what got into me. The last few days I've been looking at the lawn, right? And I've been going around looking at other people's lawns, right? I'm like trying to figure out how to fix my bushes, right? I was like, okay, because it's like you got to give your bushes a haircut. So I'm looking at the landscaping people. So I'm like, I got cards because I'm the type, I'm willing to pay you. Like as long as it looks good, I'm willing. So I kept looking, right? And I
Mhm.
didn't even know we got all this equipment in the garage that I ain't never touched, Shawnee. I ain't never touched the weed whackers and the joint that you just do the bushes like, I ain't never touched them. None things is brand spanking new. They sitting right up in there. And on the side of my townhouse, we got to notice that we have to have it power washed.
Oh,
I don't
because
even,
of the
because
this
the
thing got
algae
and stuff is on the wall. Yeah.
I don't even know what power washing is, Shawnee.
You
Stacy
don't?
told, I don't even know.
I
I've
know what a
heard,
power washer
I
is.
don't even know
I
what
am
that is.
Sequisa.
I've heard about power washing. Like I've heard of it. J Black better get
Right,
over there with that
Stacy.
mower.
Yeah.
Yo. So I'm looking at the bushes and I'm like, all right. So I take the thing. So I'm the type of person, like, I have to visualize stuff in my head for a little while before I do anything. Like when I get dressed for something, like if I know I got to do something in the weekend, that whole week, I visualize my closet on what I'm going to wear. And I start going over I'm just like that. That's what I do. I visualize it. And then by the time I get to it, I basically have already done it like 12 times in my head. So I was like, cool. So I got the thing out Sunday morning. Don't know why. Sunday morning, I just woke up. I said, today's the day. I'm gonna do a haircut on the bushes, right? So I started doing a haircut on the bushes, and I fucked one bush up, right? I wasn't supposed to cut one. It wasn't even a bush. It wasn't a bush that should have been cut. It was some other thing. It's this fluffy little plant that's supposed to be spread out, but I think it's just too fluffy.
Like a myrtle crepe, a crepe myrtle?
I guess, but it's supposed to be like spread out. And I hate it because I like my stuff to be like a shape up when you get a haircut. I like it to be like boom, boom, boom. All right, so I messed that one up.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
I almost want to take that. I want to take the laptop so I messed it up. So I said, all right, so I had to fix that mess up. Then I started pulling out the crabgrass. Then I shaped up the little thing. And now what I'm doing, I see smoke. What the fuck? Dog, the cord to the thing that I had plugged in got caught up, and I chopped it. I didn't know it. So the thing went, and the smoke went, on my J Black voice, why didn't you just get the lawn people to do the power wash on I didn't have the lawn people yet. Since I don't have them yet. I don't understand why you would do that. He had to be J Black for a month. No. I don't have the lawn people yet. I got their cards. I don't have them yet. I don't have the lawn people yet. Good morning, Amir.
Yeah.
All right, so it goes down. So now I got the manual one, the one that you just cut, right? So I get done. I'm pulling up crabgrass. I didn't even know it's crabgrass. Stacy's like, that's crabgrass. She said, yeah, pull it. So I pull it all up, and I look on the side of the townhouse, and I'm like, wow, this looks horrible. Like, why is this so I said, this is really bad. Like, this is like, I look at the neighbors. Her thing was crystal clear on her side. My wall with where the windows at, and it's high as hell. Stacy says, yeah, you got to power wash that. I said, oh, that's what it's like black and green. It's like black and got the green, right? So she was like, I said, oh, that's the power wash that they told us we had to do. She was like, yeah. I said, do we have that? She's like, yeah, I got a little power wash. Like, so she brings the power wash out, and you hook it up to the hose, and then you spray, and then you rinse, right? So I start. I'm like, oh, this shit comes off. I said, this ain't hard. But I got a little bottle, right? He says, we got an actual power wash machine, right? I said, we got a power wash machine? She said, yeah. So she takes this motherfucker out. I'm like, oh, God. I'm visualizing my deposits in my bank account this week. I figured it was word for time. No, I visualize everything. Sequisha, you funny. So, Shawnee, I put together the machine. It's got the long hose, right? And it's a big bulky. I go to Lowe's. I get the stuff. And I start. And then I realize I don't even look on how high the wall is, Shawnee. I don't even look. I just start what's in front of me. So I'm really impressed with myself. Like, I'm really killing this. It's been 2 hours. And then something told me to look up. Like, when I looked up, I said, I can't finish this shit. I was like, Shawnee,
you started at the bottom.
Yes. And I looked up, I was like, it can't even reach. So I spent like 5 hours power washing. When I tell you my shoulders are on fire right now, everything's on fire. And Stacey was giddy. She was like, I don't do this shit. Like, I'm not the J Black that goes out there. She finished the front lawn. She was out in the front lawn doing stuff. She was giddy while I was doing it. So now it done rained. Now I got a 2-tone wall. So I'm going to still have to call somebody to get the top, unless there's another power wash that I can get that's stronger. There's got to be a stronger one.
They got and then they have the extenders.
Yeah, I got the extender. But they got longer extenders than pause. They should have longer ones, right?
They should. How tall is your house? You in a 2-story?
Yeah, so it's a 2-story. The side.
Unless you got on well, you probably don't want to get on the ladder and do that. Unless you got the ladder that comes up that you can, make like a little bridge. Stand on. Good morning, Tam.
If I fall off that bitch, I'm dead. Nah. Yo, it's high. If it's high. You started at the bottom. Now you at the top in my seat, James. When I
About
looked up,
started from the bottom. Now we're here.
I was half. I could reach all the way half, and then there's another half up top. When I looked up, when I tell you, you're not supposed to. I'm practicing, y'all. You're not supposed to talk negative to yourself. They always say, watch the words you use when you talk to a scaffold.
Yes.
Yeah, scaffold.
Yes.
I'm not getting on the scaffold, y'all. You can forget that shit. But I tried to watch the words that I say to myself. Man, I call myself every dumb fuck. I looked up. When I looked up, I said, you are dumb as fuck. You can't read. I said, you are dumb as fuck, Mike. Like, I was saying it out loud. I said, Stacy, come out here. Stacy was like, what? I said, you know I can't reach that shit, right? She said, well, no, you can't. She said, but you did. It looked a lot better. Like, it looked a lot better. But I said, yeah, but it's going to look two-tone. Oh, man, there's a power of life and death in the tongue. Oh, yeah. So I cursed myself out. I cursed myself out all the way to low.
Hey,
so
Monica.
now I'm going to have to find if there's another power wash that can reach higher. Also, I'm going to pay somebody to do the rest of it. And they're not going to charge me any less. I'm glad Jay Black not here. He would have ate the dog. I did a good job. It was literally fire. Even the kids were looking like they saw an animal that they had never seen before when they saw me outside. They was like, yo, Dad is really out there.
Speaking of the girls, they look really nice for their dance.
Oh, they went to their sophomore dance, and I videoed and everything. We took them, and it's just going by. Like, girl, I'm so glad that my daughters ain't like wilding, because I don't know how I would handle it if they were like really like they were supposed to go somewhere after the dance to go eat.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we tired. Come get us. We ready to go home. I don't know kids that be like teenagers that are like, I'm ready to go home.
Oh, let me tell you, I don't even know how I forgot to tell you this about your little nieces. And Jay Black should be here to hear this because he is going to holler. So Friday, the girls had a pop-up shop to sell their little clothes and stuff right downstairs in the building. And it was supposed to be from 5 to 8. So I got everything down there set up. They helped me get, because they were out of school Friday. So at 5:15, they come to me and they're like, the oldest one is telling the youngest, go ask mommy. Uh-oh. And she said, well, mommy, we need to ask you something. I said, what? So, well, we wanted to go to the movies. Our friends were going to come over here and we were going to walk down to the Alamo and watch Sonic or some other movie. I said, at what time? And they said, oh, the movie starts at 6:30. I said, but your pop-up is from 5 to 8, so I'm supposed to stay here and do all this? And they were like, well, yeah. I said, well, who are the friends?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, it's JT and Amir.
I don't like initials. I don't like anybody named JT. Okay. Yeah.
I said
they going on a double date.
Yeah, I said y'all going on double. It's not a double date. These just our friends, and the girl that ride the bus with us is gonna meet us there too. I just stopped. I called Penny. I said, y'all ask him, because what I'm about to say is these people in the lobby gonna think I'm crazy.
Wait, how old are they?
12, 11, 13, and 12.
What? 12 and what? 13 and 12?
12 and 13.
Oh, no, we're not going on double dates.
12 and 13. So Penny shows up. They tell him and he shows up. Because they said, well, the boys are on their way here. So he shows up and he's like, wait a minute, what's going on? And I said, hey, I don't even know what to say. Little boys show up. The mom drops the little boys off. One of the moms, Amir's mom, drops the little boys off. And I'm like, how did y'all decide that y'all was just going to come get these girls and go to the movies? I'm not understanding. What does this happen? When mom came in, she was like, oh, it's a problem? Yes, it's a problem. You think I'm about to just let my daughters go walk off with your little boy that's done showed up with some slides on?
They all wear slides. Why does it bother us now when they all wear slides?
Slides.
But they all wear slides.
But this is supposed to be a double date? I was like, thank God Penny was here. He went with him. He was like, oh yeah, y'all could go, but I'm going with you. So he he went with him down there, but they messed up because they it was too late. You know, it was too late. They had missed the movie and they won't let you buy your ticket after it's so long in the movie at the Alamo.
Oh, okay.
Theater. And so they had to come back, and then they were like, well, can we go hang out on the roof? Call their mamas to come get them. But my best friend was here too, and she was like, I'll take him up on the roof, Shawnee. You need to just stop. I'm like, what?
That was weird.
Okay.
That shit is weird when they ask you. Like, and you gotta rethink, am I overreacting?
Yeah, that's how I was. And then, but when they came back from the movie theater, it was another little boy with them. That wasn't there in the beginning. The big brother came for one of the little boys. So it was 3 of them already, and they came back with 4 boys. And I'm talking to that little boy, and he seemed like he was high. And his parents came and picked him up, and I'm like, you know what? If I was a parent, if I dropped you off at the movie theater, then you better be at the movie theater. You don't end up in somebody's apartment.
No, you don't end up. No. It'd be some random. I was just reading James's comment. Keep James's comment up there. Yeah. The first, I remember Monty was the oldest is always like the experimental rat. I remember the first time she was like, she wanted to go to a movie with, I think it was a boy. Yeah, it was a boy. What did she go to movies with a group of people first? Yeah, they started with that, with the going with their girlfriends. And Stacy would drop them off and pick them up. And I said, Stacy, make sure when you go pick them up, you get there like 20 minutes early. So you can see, because, you know, they be trying to meet people and shit like that. So you got to get there like 20 minutes early to see the whole thing. So we never caught nobody out like that. But the first boy, they had to, Monty said, can I go to the movies with so-and-so? And I said, yeah, you can go to movies with him, Stacy, and the twins. Y'all can all go.
Right.
And they all went to the movies. She was cool with it. They all went to the. It's weird when your kids start asking to go. Nah, man.
It was crazy. And so Saturday, that was Friday. So all the little boys went home, and then Friday, you know, we had the thing, and then we went to dinner after that, and then Penny sat down and talked to the girls, and he was like, you know, y'all too pretty to be with them little boys. Because I mean, these little boys, Lord have mercy, I'm looking at them like, well, how does this happen? What is going on? You know, you don't want to talk about nobody kids, but it's like
rough looking boys.
No, and then the mom, she was all, I don't know. She said they were from Chicago, and she was all over Penny, giggling and laughing on him. I'm like, okay, it's about to be a problem in this life. If she don't get off my man, it's about to be a problem. It's bad enough you done brought this little funny looking boy over here. Talking about he going
funny
for a
looking
date.
boy.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, this your boyfriend? And he was like, yeah, she's my girlfriend. I said, well, that ain't what she told me. And he was like, and Penny was like, you broke his heart when you said that, because it just dropped. No, he didn't tell me that.
Nah, they ain't no boyfriend and girl. No, there was no boyfriend. Like, all right, the twins are gonna be 16, so I'm waiting for a boy or whatever is gonna come.
Well, they 16, like 16, 17, 18. I expect something like this. 13 and 12.
Yeah, we got to slow down. Ready. We got to slow down with this boyfriend and girlfriend thing. Y'all friends.
I was not ready at all.
Y'all friends. No, that shit sucks. Yeah, so they went to the dance. So yeah, and they Akela, they were supposed to go out to dinner after the dance, and then Autumn was like, I'm tired, let's go home. I'm so happy that they want to go home.
I am too. Amir's joining us. Amir's joining us. Good morning, Amir.
I'm so happy.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
What up, Amir?
How you guys doing? Hope y'all had a good weekend.
Nah, we were good. So the twins went on their dance. They were good. It wasn't a problem.
Nice.
I mean, it is what it is.
You know, it's so funny because I'm listening to you guys, and I started thinking to myself. I said, if you really look back, I guess hopefully on your youth. I think I went on my first date. I was maybe like 13 or something as well. Some weird age like 13. That. 13, but maybe 13, 14. True story. And I had gone to the Mike's gonna know this because he's from the Bronx. I took a young lady to go see Mel Brooks's History of the World at the Lowe's Paradise. True story.
You went to the movies to go
His
see History
of the world.
Gregory Hines
Mel,
was in it. Yeah,
yes,
you
Dang.
ain't never.
That's all.
yes,
You ain't. It was the silliest, funniest shit ever.
ever.
Like,
That was the first date I ever went on. But I'm laughing about it because, as I'm listening to the both of y'all, tell your stories. The fun thing is you just don't know. Like your daughters, Shawnee, for instance, like you say, these little boys may or may not have looked like too much of anything, but it's just the beginning, and they just trying to figure this thing out. Sometimes that first person that likes you, I mean, you may or may not think back to this, but I think back to my youth and my childhood and the first people that like me, and you don't really understand the awkwardness of it to some degree. You do and you don't. Like you in your mind, you're like, oh my God, they like me, I like them. And you kind of trying to make it make sense, but at the same time, you're like, I don't understand how or why they possibly like me. Like, you
fuck
know what I
that.
mean?
We gotta
So it's
slow this shit down. We gotta slow the girls down over there with Shawn. We gotta
Nah.
slow. No, this shit gotta slow down. I'd rather them start too late than too early. You gotta slow down. Like I'd rather be the person. Yeah, you. What the fuck is double dating? Y'all walk into the movie theater. Y'all ain't grown.
Yeah, and they had the whole plan. I was
yeah,
like, what the
it's a,
world?
but the other side of it, and you guys talk about this, especially here on your show. Like I said, our children have so much more things at their disposal than we ever had. The real reason why your daughters are able to even, possibly plan this out the way that they are and do all the things that they
It was that
did is
stupid
because
ass phone. That
that,
dumb
yeah,
ass phone.
thank you. We didn't have that. You look, like I said, we from the era where you wrote a letter. Mike, remember when you have to wait for the
Yeah.
response to come back? Shawnee, remember you had to
Writing
wait for the
letters.
response to come back? Yeah,
Yeah, you write the
so you,
letter.
you
Like,
can't. So you can't. How quickly can you plan something when you got to wait? 7 to 8 days for the letter to come back. You can't plan that quickly.
mhm.
So I
No.
think you got that on your side, and then I think the greatest thing that we have on our side, unfortunately, is the amount of information that again is available to our children, which is so different from the information we had. We had shows like Soap and Dallas and so forth and so on. The ideology behind those shows weren't necessarily giving us the whole idea of being in relationships. But y'all got these shows now, Basketball Wives, and all this other crazy stuff.
All American, because that's what
Yeah.
they watch. Is all
See,
American.
see,
Don't
all
watch. Don't watch Euphoria on HBO Max. Don't watch.
and if you
Don't watch Euphoria. You'll
and if
be
you watch
fucked up.
All American, Shawnee, I'm not sure if you do check out some episodes. It is pretty, moves pretty fast. Even the dating on that show, you like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
you done dated. You done dated 3 girlfriends all in the same, in the same crew. Hold on, bro, slow down.
Yeah, and
So
y'all having a party and the parents ain't at home.
so there's a lot of that, that like I said, we up against as parents. But I just, I wanted to chime in because, like I said, I was laughing as I was, listening to you both tell your stories today, and I was thinking to myself, I remember those same things. It goes quick, but I always say this, you still got to enjoy it. And as you both are doing, just like you said, guide them the best you
Yo,
can because you had those moments too, and they were
Shawn,
just as awkward for you.
Shawn Robinson
Shawn,
said you should have had all of them work the table. Yeah, somebody
I
said
ain't
what was
trust
wrong
the
with the little
little boy.
boys. Shawnee said they were
Listen,
ugly. That's what she said. She said they were
the
ugly
one
little
little
boys.
boy I could see his underwear. He
Oh
was
yeah. You gotta pull your pants
about
up.
this big. He had on a big old blinged out belt. The belt, I probably could have fit the belt. The belt
See,
was so big it was pulling his pants down. Now his brother, the 15-year-old, he was like, "Well, my mama made me come because he can't go by himself." Now he was, dressed decent, but he was in high school.
yeah,
I'm like, nah, y'all ain't going nowhere with a 15-year-old and y'all got me bent.
yeah.
Like for
No,
real.
but
Mm-mm.
it's a new day when it comes to a lot of this stuff, and like I said, a lot of the things that we seem so innocent for us now for these kids it's passe. It's just like
Yes.
you look at the amount of traveling that young people are doing now because I remember the first time I went to Cancun and all that stuff I was in my 20s. Now these kids are going to freaking Bali and all this stuff. You'd be like, wait a minute, God damn it, that wasn't the first trip was the
All right.
Bahamas.
Hold on. Let me tell you what the crazy thing is. My house is reverse, right? I know my generation was faster than them. Like, because I had to stop putting what the shit I did when I was a certain age. I had to stop putting it on it because I kept looking crazy. But I ain't care in the beginning. Like, I ain't care in the beginning. Like, I was crazy dad. Like, I was like, no, y'all ain't gonna tell me y'all not fucking. Like, for real, for real. Like, I was like, he rubbing on your. No, ain't gonna be. Stacy will be at the movie theater. I mean, looking like, especially my twins. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I went to the same damn high school. Like, my generation was really faster than them. Like, we had some, and maybe I'm just getting, and I'm digging. Like, it's not like I'm being naive. I'm looking. Like, I'm setting traps. I done set traps for the fuck up to happen. And it never happened. I'm like, well, maybe these kids just ain't built the way I was built. You girls look good. Thank you so much. I was like, because money still come out. Like, I was waiting for, like, first of all, I ain't caught nobody smelling like liquor or weed. How?
Yeah. Well, they don't do that. They don't think that's cool.
Kids,
they don't think that's cool. When I hear them talk, I feel better. Like, when I'm just listening, and they not necessarily talking to me, but I hear them just talking, then I feel better. Now, I don't feel better about the boys because that's a problem for me. But they don't think any of that is cool. It's nothing that they want to do. So,
and I do think, to your point, to both your points, Shawnee, you and Mike, like you said, I'm not sure if these kids are faster. Like I said, I just think that they have more at their So maybe their conversations are different from ours in the sense of, that's weird, or I don't like that. Like, we would just try just about anything and everything. Like, let's try it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I remember smoking, around the same age, stole a whole carton from my dad. Gave a pack to all my boys. Everybody take a pack. I tried one puff. I was like, this is stupid.
I know your dad.
I'm never doing this again.
I know he was hot.
What's so crazy, Shawnee? My father really wasn't, because we hated the fact that he smoked, and we had been trying to get him to quit anyway. So it's just, I went in his stash. He kept the stash of cigarettes, so it wasn't that big a deal to him. He just thought it was crazy that I took the whole carton. He was like, you didn't even just try to take a pack, huh? You just took the whole, I didn't know any better though. I was young and stupid, so you do dumb shit when you're a kid. You just like, okay, stupid.
That was the weekend. They came home. They were, the one thing I would tell about these kids is these kids got a lot of views and fucking opinions, and I'm not used to. Yeah. Nobody had views and opinions when you were a kid. That's why I keep trying to tell them. I said, y'all got to understand, I be letting y'all really state a lot of y'all cases. And y'all can get tired of it if you want. I ain't get to state my case. Even if I was 1000% right. Didn't nobody want to hear what came out my mouth. So y'all got to understand, this is a gradual progression that I literally let y'all state your case. Like, I give y'all a platform to actually be like, but dad. Because we ain't never said but mom or but dad. Like, there was no, a but meant somebody's gonna pop you in your face when you said but dad. What? And if you said what? Right. What? Or what was like cursing?
That none of that.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, if I said, Monty, come downstairs, she'd be like, what? You would get fucked up for what? Like, what? Who did you say what? Even though it was kind of stupid, because you really didn't hear the person. You're like, what?
I was going to say that, and I feel like the difference is our parents, not that you guys don't, but our parents and myself as well. I feel like my mother had supersonic hearing, because our what's, even if you did say it, it was a whisper. And your parents be like, I know you did not just say what. You'd be like, how did you even hear that?
They didn't hear it. They just assumed, because they knew what they said deserved for somebody to say what. So they just assumed the what came. They didn't hear shit.
I hear it, because the girls did. They try to talk under their breath in their room.
See,
and I repeat right back to them what they said.
That's mother hearing.
And it's funny, because they say you don't never hear anything else, but you always can hear us whisper. I sure can. I can hear that.
Oh, that is the best.
The views and opinions and what they the shit. And I realize our parents were ridiculous, but I'm like, listen, y'all gotta slow down. And then there's certain parts where you just gotta tell them this ain't a discussion. Like, we'll have a conversation. I didn't ask you anything. I just told you. And they that's when they look at me like they look at me like, they're like, how? What type of sense is that? It don't make no sense.
Yeah, that's how they look like. Well, why can't I just I can't
No.
explain to you how I feel.
No.
My kids pulling me the
No,
baby.
keep
really.
doing it, Shawnee. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep
I
impersonating.
can't
No.
explain to you.
No.
But
No.
why? I have feelings, Dad.
No,
That's not
right now
fair.
the feelings are no. I'm not concerned with your feelings. Just go upstairs. Just go. I don't want to see your
Why would you
face
be concerned with my feelings?
because at this point they don't matter. So
But
go
why?
upstairs. Go.
Why? So your feelings matter, but mine don't.
Isn't it
got
amazing?
one more
Isn't it
why.
amazing?
You got one more why, and I'm going to take you to your room yourself. I'm going to take you up there myself. So just go. Just please go.
You know what else was fun
But
about
I don't
that?
want to go to my room. I want to stay down here.
Yeah, we don't ever go to that point. We don't ever get to that point.
The part that I love about the role playing y'all just did, not only did you end up getting, jacked up by your parents, but then if you had aunts and uncles and grandparents that was close, they chimed in. Put Shawnee on the phone. I heard you was talking back to your mother today. You want me to come over? You like?
No.
Yeah, that group shit. How about you take care of your kids? I know I'm not talking about your aunt, Amir. I'm saying this in general. How about you take care of your kids, bitch? Your kids be out in them streets running. You worried about what I'm doing over here? Your trifling ass
But
daughter
that's
be
what
all.
they do. That happens here, though. But I mean, some of it is because I'll call Tamra, call the auntie and be like, "Girl, they over here doing da 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 da."
You got it. You got to call backup. Look, the best part about being a parent and being an adult is the backup, because there's good cop, there's great cop, there's bad cop, there's super bad cop. You're like, hey, you do not want your mother to go off the deep end. That's how I'm just gonna tell you this. You don't want to see mom or dad go off the deep end.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of being a bad cop. I am the bad cop. I'm the bad chief of police. I'm the bad lieutenant. I'm the bad detective. Like I see their face. They already know. They already got they like, here you go. I'm like, yeah, because y'all got a good life right now. Y'all don't know y'all got a good fucking life right now.
And then there's that part for so many of us. And y'all know I've said this on here. I love our children, and please, everybody, do the best you can to raise your children as amazingly as you can. But boy, I be thinking to myself, y'all have no idea what it's like to struggle, like not even remotely close. Not even remotely close. You get upset about some things. Oh, mom, dad, y'all don't know what a struggle is. And so we had real stringent rules about all kind of stuff that y'all don't even have to think about. Clothes. I grew up in the projects. I remember when the elevator would either be broke or the freaking water was off, and you had to go all the way downstairs to the basement in the building to get water to bring it all the way back upstairs so you could shower, make food, whatever. Y'all don't know.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh no, we had some stuff. You grew up in certain spaces, and this is why I always smile, because people be like, "Oh," I'll be like, "You have no idea some of the struggles that we really had to go through." You know what I mean? So, but like I said, to see I know Shawn mentioned this, and Shawnee, I'm sure you see this as well. The toughest part about arguing with your children is when you're fighting you. You're like, God damn it, this little fucker's using me. I can't battle my own damn self. Like you be trying to battle yourself. Like, got to go up against my own self in this argument.
No, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. But speaking of kids, this is a good segue. So I don't know what's going on with Shaq lately. But Shaq been on these podcasts. Like Shaq aired out how he ruined his marriage. He ruined everything with what's her name? Her name
Shawnee.
is Shawnee. How he didn't go
me.
Not him, not you.
Shawnee.
But he didn't go into what he said. I won't go into what I did, but when you're living a double life, he said, and you're sitting in a 35,000
square foot house,
and you by yourself, and ain't no kids playing in the gym. So he opened up about that. I said, wow. I said that was pretty dope. But then he opened up about when he found out that his dad wasn't his biological dad. Now Shaq always raves about his dad. His dad was hard on him in the military. Shaq said there was a time when he was playing basketball, he laid the ball up, and his dad that raised him took him out to the hallway and he tried to finger roll it because he had seen, I don't know, magic or something, finger roll it, and his dad smacked him in the face. I was like, boy, you ain't here for finger rolls. Say, I need you to dunk that ball. Now, that's some hardcore love. And you know, that's a little dramatic, but damn, it worked. I'm not saying I co-signed it, but it worked. So he decided he was on his podcast and he decided to open up when he found out about when his dad wasn't his dad. This is the clip. Shawn, you got the clip?
That wasn't your dad, your biological dad.
Right? Yeah, but I don't believe in that because he raised me. I didn't even know he wasn't my real dad till I was 11. Because my brothers and sisters' last name is Harrison, and mine is Shaquille O'Neal. So I asked my mom one day, I said, hey, why are they Harrison and I'm Shaquille O'Neal? And she's like, baby. And then she told me the story. And then she said, you want to meet your real dad? I was like, cool. So we go right back where I came from, the projects in Newark, New Jersey. I'm like, I'm cool. Like, nice to meet you, sir. I'm cool. I got a house. I got brothers and sisters. I'm cool where I am. Then when I turned 18, the other guy showed up. At first, I was kind of upset with him, but after my dad passed away, my mother called me and she said, you know, you need to go see your biological father. So we're starting to become closer, but I don't hold a grudge because my life went the way it was supposed to go. I live a really good life from a guy who's not even my biological father. He made me who I am today, so.
Now, Shaq got a good personality about that. You know what I like about Shaq? It's the thing that I thought about when I watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the one that's on the mean one, not the TV show. The one that's on whatever, Hulu or Paramount or whatever the hell it's on. And he's very upset about his dad not being around. But he never, like, I was thinking, like, I get you upset that your dad wasn't around. Like, I get this got to be hard. I said, but do you see the house you living in? Like, Shaq finally said the shit that I was thinking about the first. Shaq was like, listen, man, this is tough, but I'm good. Like, I'm not good. I'm good. I'm good, Pops. It was good seeing you. And you are my dad. But, you know, and then I said, but I love the fact that Shaq kept it 100 with that. Like, oh, I'm going back to the pool.
We gotta, you know, it's so funny. When I speak to people, and especially young people, because I get that question a lot. Oh, you know, my mother or my father, whoever's not, you know, a super part of my life or whatever. I said, look, you don't know. Sometimes, you know, us as parents, people forget this part. We're human beings too. We have challenges. We have things that, you know, go on in our minds and in our lives, and we're doing the best we can to try to maneuver this space now with another life attached to the whole journey. And sometimes your parents may or may not acknowledge and or go through, you know, certain things for and with you because they realize that their own challenges are so crazy that they don't want to necessarily take you through it. So I always tell young people, I said, look, you turned out wonderful. You might want to thank your mother or your father because in spite of them not necessarily being, and I'm talking about biological parents when I say this, but in spite of them not being there, it gave you possibly the drive to be the, you know, most incredible person you are. So don't always think that, you know, your mother or father not being a part of your life was the worst thing that could have possibly happened.
Fuck all that. I'm rich now. I'm rich. Fuck all that. So, you and the projects, God bless. Thank you for sperming it up. Thank you for not pulling out. You're good. I'm rich now. Like, if it wasn't for Shaq having that other dad, the dad that raised him, Shaq is not the Los Angeles Lakers, Orlando Magic Shaq. He's not that dude. This dude pushed him to that. I'm extra good right now. Like, whatever. Like, I'm not going back to the projects, homie.
I don't want to go over there.
I want to go with him, Mom. And I love the way Mom did it. Mom was like, you want to meet him? I'll take it.
Well, I don't know if I love the way Mom did it, by the way, because she waited and waited. At what point? I'm 11. I see hey, everything looks different. Why is this? Does she have some type of accountability for waiting that long to tell that 11-year-old that you ain't really like this is your? That's kind of right. To me.
I would have waited till the kid said something.
Yeah, because you
don't want to mess him up and be like, "Well, this ain't your daddy." It just out the blue. One day, let's have this talk. This ain't your daddy.
Shaq could have went totally left once she told him that, and never became the basketball. He could have been a 7-foot thug, and then we really had some problems in the street.
No, but at 10, I'm not even noticing it. Around 10 or 11 is when you start noticing.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Cool, he's not your dad."
Let me explain.
And let me tell you what happened, and we can go meet him. Shit.
No, she didn't.
I don't even know. No, she doesn't. We don't know the relationship with the biological dad. Did the biological reach out? I have no idea. All I know is it worked. Whatever she did worked. The proof is in the pudding.
Keeping secrets from your kids at a certain age that you got to be able to know that your kid
10 or 11.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, 9.
Keeping secrets. Y'all motherfuckers be telling them that they believe in Santa till they're 15. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Yeah, there's a white guy who brings gifts over and he flies in a sled with some reindeer and one of them has a red nose and shit.
And all this stuff, yeah, coming down your chimney. Like, come on, dude. We telling lies, like we tell some real demons sometimes. Like the Easter Bunny, you know, he's bringing candy. No, you don't.
I don't think you should let a kid be like 17 and not know. Like then like they had different names, so wasn't nobody trying to hide it. Now, if you change the last name to make everybody feel like everybody is the same, now you being a little mischievous and you're trying to keep a secret. And I don't see why. Just fucking say it. Like, hey, he's not. Like, if I'm the dad and I'm not your real biological dad, at some point I need to say it. I'm like, yo, tell him.
Well, how long had he been in Shaq's life? Because if he was growing up calling him dad, he must have been there since he was kind of little.
He was real.
He was in song. He was younger, yeah. He was in there.
Let me see if I can find. Y'all remember the song Shaq said, "Phil's my father, my biological didn't bother." He had a whole song.
Yeah.
He was there from the beginning. I guess mom got pregnant. I don't know, had a 1 or 2 year old. He doesn't go into details. And then he met the other dude. She got lucky. She hit the Powerball.
Hey.
Did the Powerball. I ain't mad at that.
That is hilarious.
And then they were good. They were good from there. Like Shaq been coming out with everything. But it's y'all people who all right, the ones that are fucked up are the women who don't tell nobody. Don't even tell, like they just have a kid. And
they lie and tell somebody else. You the daddy when they know that somebody else.
And 20 years later, everybody finds out. And you're like, what the fuck?
That one's a scary one. I agree.
Now, I'm not judging women because I'll say it again. If I was a woman knowing that it's a 50-50 chance that you could be the father, I'd probably roll the dice too and be like, all right, I'm just going to say.
So
the good one is the dad. You the
good one.
So if a mother waited till a kid was like 16 before they told everybody the truth, is it that the father that just found out, is he wrong for not wanting to be in that kid's life?
I don't know if once you put in that kind of time and energy, if you could just shut it off like that. I mean, obviously there are some people, I'm sure, who can, but that's not an easy thing to do because.
No, I'm saying the biological.
Yeah, but even for the biological.
Whoa. I don't get it. The biological what?
Say if you were the biological, you didn't know, and Shiny just told you and the little baby, now that he's 16, Mike, this is really your kid.
Oh.
No,
he was the daddy. I was telling Amir he was the daddy, but then was telling Amir
this whole time.
I say, Mike, this is your baby.
Okay, then what? So what's the question?
The question was, is Mike wrong for not embracing that role and wanting to be in that 16-year-old life?
Well, the way the court system set up, I ain't got no choice.
No, I think at 16 it's too late. They can't go. There ain't no back child support at that point. I mean, I don't even know if they will even go because they
about child support. You talking about just picking
in
up
general,
because
you don't know that's a grown man at that point. Mike don't know him.
All right, what up?
You just gonna turn your back on your seed? It's still your seed.
That's still your son.
Allegedly, until you get a test. I don't know how it would feel.
Yeah, we gotta get the test.
This road with this man. Let me take my seeds to the bus stop.
But I don't know you. You went through your whole the part for me. Them first couple years is crucial to really build that bond.
Always about Jay. He said, "I don't know you." He don't know you either.
Yep. And that's why make it more awkward.
This has to make it more awkward. Son, you're upset with the mom, not the son.
Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong.
I don't
Oh, it's
know.
gonna be a lot of testosterone. Kamari just popped in. I'll be back.
That's just hilarious. The funny thing about Jay is like he ain't meet me till he was 29. He ain't say, why are we gonna be friends now?
That's tough to have somebody pop a seed up on you at 16 and saying that this is yours and you're supposed to be able to try to connect and bond. Like, I don't like.
You just say what's up.
Ugh.
You just say exactly what it is. You just go like,
And all
hey,
you
I didn't
and
know
all
you
you
were.
doing is
I
getting
didn't
to know
know.
him.
I didn't
Yeah.
know you were.
Kamari.
I didn't know you were my kid.
What up, Don?
Good morning,
It's like,
Kamari.
Kamari,
good
what's
morning,
good?
y'all. I didn't realize I was on. Good morning. Good morning.
And then what is the kid thinking? Just finding out that this dude that I thought was my dad was really now he's not but I got a better connection and bond with him, and now this is my real biological. That's just
It's a
I don't know.
process.
We make it. This is what we do. We complicate shit. This is what we do. We complicate it. If it's your kid, y'all take the test. Look, I didn't know you were my kid, and you are my kid. So hey, I'm Mike. You decide whether you want to call me anything else other than Mike. That man right there who raised you, I got no beef with him. Matter of fact, thank you. That if that's the guy you call dad, that's the guy you call dad. You tell me what you comfortable with.
Yeah.
That's called emotional
And work from
intelligence,
there.
though, Mike.
What?
That's called emotional intelligence. A lot of people don't have that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when we're talking about. I mean, I caught the tail end of this, but it sounds like it's a child, a teenager. So I can't necessarily expect them to have a whole lot of emotional intelligence, and their world will be devastated. But that's why I'm a big proponent of therapy, mental health counseling, the whole nine. I think everybody needs it. When we look at these relationships of these broken homes, right? When we had these children and the parents aren't together, a lot of times therapy should be introduced. I was talking to somebody the other day, not to go on a tangent, but a lot of times the fellas are complaining about child support, and I get it. But a lot of times they don't know about the other side of when, the mom needs stuff and they just don't have it. And they feel that money is going to solve everything. But what a good fix to start to bridge that gap is that they all go to therapy together and really address their issues. But that's not popular in our community, sadly.
Who paid for the therapy?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
There you go. Y'all continue talking.
It
I'll be
is
right
gonna
back.
matter.
But that's exactly where it starts. Who gonna pay for the therapy? That's the bullshit right there.
Who paid for it? That's literally was my
They
first
both
thought.
can pay for it. They can split it. Good morning, Tam. They can split it. Because at the end of the day, it's about the kids, right? A lot of times we put our ego and everything else in front, but we never focus on trying to
That's a grown man at that point.
But you know what? To Kamari's point, it's about healing for everybody, though. It's not just the kids, because as an adult, you're traumatized by the situation
I got
as well.
robbed.
Especially,
I got robbed out of whatever all them years. Go ahead.
But not only that, it's not. See, I think that's the other thing we seemingly do. To Mike's point a second ago, we put extra stuff on it. It's not about being robbed. Look, sometimes you got to start where you're at first and foremost. And then secondly, we got to stop thinking to ourselves that every situation is going to be such a hard situation. You'd be surprised at how easy some things could go when you put in your mind and you put into the universe the way you really want it to go. Our problem is we put the hard thing out there first, and then when we get it, we bug out because we're like, I don't understand how I got this way. Yes, you do. You started out on that note. You didn't start out on a note that said, hey, let's give us all, to Kamari's point, somewhat of a even playing field where everybody could, kind of chime in and build off of.
It's hard for that person to express themselves in that way. It's hard for that person to talk that way. It's hard for that person to open up. It's just not what they do. I mean, it's just a dead end, right?
No, it's still not a dead end because anything and everything could be overcome once you start to do the work.
You got the mindset for it.
Yeah, and the question is, do you want to do the work? See, a lot of people don't want to do the work.
You found out when I was 16. Now I'm 20. Why are you just now trying to come holler at me? Like, it could be anything.
But even with coming to holler at you at 20, like the reality of it all is this: it doesn't change what the facts are. You understand? See, we could make up all the other convoluted reasons why this should or shouldn't work. The reality of it all is these are what the facts are. Whether you like it or hate it, How it came to pass is neither here nor there. These are the facts. What we gonna do about it? How we gonna move forward?
See,
Because
I disagree with Don right here. He says sometimes it's not about us, it's about the kid. It's about that adult too.
Yeah, but I'm
like
gonna
I
push
said,
back,
it's
Jay.
everybody.
I'm gonna push back, Jay. So here's the thing: children are innocent. They didn't ask to be brought into this world. The adults brought them into this world. They have a duty and obligation to them to try to make them as whole and successful as possible. So, in a large part, it is about the child. Now, yes, it's also about the adults too, because a better adult, a better parent helps create a better child. But where's the responsibility, though, Jay? I mean, you got to take responsibility for these actions that you did.
How about is the mom fault for not bringing it up when the kid was first born? How about that?
Okay.
Why the mom hide that and did that? And that's a lot.
But
That's
there's fault to go around for everybody.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and if we want to play the blaming game, right, we're never going to move forward. We're going to be stuck. And don't get me wrong, there's always emotions in this type situation, right? And you do need some time to process and go through things. But at the end of the day, when we're going to get to it, it's like, all right, yeah, mom didn't tell me. Dad didn't wear a condom. They wasn't serious, right? So there's plenty of blame to go around. There's plenty of blame to go around.
I'm going to leave this topic alone.
Because this is the thing with Jay. Jay's first thing is like, dog, the reality is the reality. Now you got to move on with it.
Or stay stuck.
Or stay stuck in whose fault it was.
And a lot of us are stuck.
Joy says, how about the person knew there was a possibility? You know whether you let loose in that person or not.
True.
But they say they got that abortion and it was over. It was done. Y'all went y'all separate ways, and then 16 years later you found out.
They said.
Allegedly.
And to that point, Jay Black, it's your responsibility, or partially your responsibility.
After they say they got an abortion?
Yeah.
Say what? Let me just see. Let me see you 3 months later. Let me see if you still got it.
No. Did you make it? Did you make that trip, bro? Look, I made the trip a few times. I'm not proud of it. I made that trip a few times. It's one thing to tell somebody to go handle something, whatever, because that is not a easy process for anybody. It's not an easy process for them. It's not an easy process for you. And I'll say that. But with that having been said, then you also got to take some responsibility. And that's part of the problem, to Camari's point. There's enough responsibility to go around. We can't always just keep just pointing fingers at everybody and everything. Someday and there, you got to point the finger back at yourself. What part did I play in this? How did I either facilitate this or, get it to this point? And that's big. We got to have that conversation as well.
I mean, I'll give you all types of hypotheticals. There's some women out here who will tell somebody, well, she's too old for us to be taking no tests. Well, what are you talking about?
She's too old for us to be taking a test.
Like, you gotta, but you gotta. So what you want the person to do? You want the person to just be like, take your word for the shit?
Yeah. Come on.
You lied all these years, and then all of a sudden now they gotta believe you.
Tam Tam said that part got to move on and build a relationship with the child. And listen, you may not have a great relationship with the child.
At that point, it's an adult.
Or you may not have a relationship with the adult. You might be like, what up? Hey, I'm so-and-so. You introduce yourself. Where would you like to go from here? Would you like to keep in touch? Would you like to call? Would you like to not call? Would you like to be mad and just be like, yo, why did you come looking for me? And the answer is because I ain't know.
But real rap, right, is deeper than a relationship. And I know this because there's a situation going on in my family where my little cousin was asking me questions about one of my older family members. And it was very uncomfortable, but he has health complications. So he's trying to figure out who his actual lineage is. What? What's crazy, Jay?
No, I'm sorry. This is too personal. Go ahead. Go for it.
Yo, get on IG.
So they got health complications, so they want to know the lineage and figure out.
I mean, that's real though. That's real.
Gentlemen, I'm gonna have to drop off because I got to run to the office. Salute to you, gentlemen. Always great to get on here and chop it up with y'all. And I'm gonna catch the tail end of this once I get to the office. All right, gentlemen.
All right, cool. Thank you, Amir. Billy J said, "Have you all seen T.W. Shannon's commercial about Planned Parenthood in Oklahoma?" No. He is running for Congress. It is the devil. No, I haven't seen it, dog. I haven't seen it. So go ahead, Kamar. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, he's got major heart issues, and so he's trying to figure out if heart issues run in the family, and he's not sure because the people who he thought were his parents and grandparents may not be. So it's a little rough.
That is.
That gets tricky. Hey, y'all, see if I can put y'all on IG because I'm by myself. Tam said you don't stop being a parent because they're an adult. Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So I'm gonna tell you what my mentor told me. He said, parenthood never stops. He says it changes, but it never stops. He says one of the worst things we do is tell our kids to move out when we're 18 because it gives them a sense of abandonment, especially for Black children, Black and brown children. But again, you're a parent when they're 50 and you might be 80. It just looks a little
It's hard to be a parent to somebody you don't know and you don't like that. That's just weird, man. But Shaq, just getting back to Shaq, hey, he turned out great. So his mom kept it for him when he was 11, and he had a stepdad, and that's who he rocked with. Simple as that.
I think the imaginary thing is that people think you meet somebody and then you automatically become their parent. No, you don't automatically become a dad. Like it takes a gradual. You may never. Like Shaq to this day doesn't think that his biological was his dad. The guy who passed away was his dad. Yeah.
Well, he might have treated him like, I guess, as he looked at him as, hey, he raised me. This is the guy that I connect with.
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah.
You may be the biological, but you're pops.
I mean, I think.
It was a father versus a dad. And,
yeah. I mean, yeah. Shaq turned out fine.
Yeah, he good. He Gucci.
I just think we make it we make it harder than what it really is. I think we start complicating something.
Well, I have an announcement. No, I'm playing. Go.
Oh shit! God damn. Damn, Shawnee had a letter for us, and she took the letter with her. Ain't that about a bitch? She took the letter, and she got the videos.
A love letter?
No, there's some letter somebody wrote, some type of letter somebody wrote to the show or something, and she got the letter.
She'll be back. She'll be right back. Did you see the boxer propose to his girlfriend?
I was like, dummy. God.
But I thought it was weird.
Stevenson.
Did the female get cheated out of the proposal in the middle of him winning? All right, so big time fight happened. It was a great fight, by the way. Amazing fight.
Yeah, it was boring.
No, that fight was good. Because when you're rooting for the black guy and you feel like this other boy, he reckless that one punch can change everything. But yeah, it was a great fight. But then the boxer at the end of the fight proposed to his fiance and then went right back to doing the interview. It felt like she didn't have her moment. I thought females like, yo, I need my moment. I need more time. I got the clip, by the way. But go ahead, Mike. What was you saying about it?
Yeah, play the clip.
I just play the clip because you be around your wife too much.
No, she could. Oh, I'm getting sentimental.
Yeah, you be around your wife. You should be around your wife. I'm just saying the reason why you're.
All right, let me play.
Yeah, this is the clip right here.
Julie.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Larry, I love you. And will you marry me?
Oh my goodness. He is proposing to his girlfriend and the mother of his daughter.
Yes. A huge night.
So he goes home with two extra belts and a fiance tonight.
The mother of his daughter.
Yeah, so what was your thoughts, Mike?
I was like, I would only ask a woman to marry me if I lost. I want to see if you down to be with me after I take an L. But
it sounds like she been down with him for a while. How old is the baby?
His baby mom.
I have no idea. All I know is Shakur Stevens. Shakur. Why can't I say Tupac Shakur? Yeah. Shakur. He's a young dude, talented fighter. He got a whole career ahead of him. I don't know. But God bless. I mean, I don't know how much more attention you want. You had millions of people watching.
But as soon as he stood up, he went right back to answering the questions about the fight.
Gotta go to work.
It's like I was like, "Dang, did he steal her moment?" Because I think sometimes females want that moment to be all about them and that. But I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
but you ain't seen nothing wrong with it.
You're around your wife a lot. It ain't her moment. It ain't her moment.
It is when she get proposed to as the female's
It's not
moment.
her moment. It's our moment. It ain't your wedding. It's our wedding. I get so sick of that. It's her moment.
It usually
He took
is
his
about the
moment
female.
and he brought her into it, and that is special. Yeah, he brought her into
so Lady
his
Kid
moment.
think that was good.
It was like when you propose to somebody, it's somebody's moment. No, it's our moment. We're both part of this.
But we do it for them, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So it's really not our we just.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the problem with it. Like he's doing it. Like he's doing it. Like it's our moment. Like I need to be as excited about this as she is. I hope he was.
I don't know if this was the intention, but he will always be loved by the ladies who love boxing. It was a great marketing moment.
Oh, it was an amazing marketing moment. I just don't know if the time to get married is when you're 23, 24 years old and you just cop like $4 or $5 million.
I would agree.
I don't know if that's the time to make that decision.
I would agree.
Because
I
if it
sent
was
my
that
request on IG too, by the way.
if it was that spontaneous, ain't no prenup.
Well, they're not married. They just proposed. So I mean, they could be engaged for another year.
But God bless him. I'm being spiteful. I wouldn't advise that for my son. Don't get caught up in the emotion, dog. Wait. Don't get caught up in the emotion, dog. Wait. You're about to be a megastar. You're about to be a megastar. Like that's kind of tough. Shout out to LeBron because he made it. We got a super echo. That wasn't me.
No, you had echo before I even got on. I'm just saying.
Why did I hear it?
I don't know.
Camari echo made it worse.
And I didn't turn it down too.
Yeah, same thing with me. I don't know what's going on.
I ain't hear no echo.
Is that better, Mike?
Nah.
See, I left. See, it's worse.
So maybe Shawnee's right. It is my fault.
It is something reminds you, no matter what, it's a little light echo for me. But either way, move on.
Yeah.
So
Yo.
Oh,
the echo went away. Oh, came back.
The echo went away. I don't know.
Came back.
I don't know what to do.
I'm on mute. Hold on. Let me. It was fine. It was fun. Yeah, now the whole thing is muted. I just muted everything. Nah, I mean, I guess like I'm just get caught up in the moment, man. Marriage is hard for a young guy who's about to have every vagina thrown at him in the world. Like marriage is hard.
That's a fact.
It's like going on a diet and you decide to take the full-time job at McDonald's. Like, damn.
Good luck with that, homie.
You got to work the fries. They talking about you about to be on a diet. Damn. But hey, it worked with LeBron. LeBron did. Goodness gracious.
How much money did he make off that fight? Because he's a lightweight, right?
He's actually he fought at 130 something.
So that's lightweight, right?
Yeah, no, that's super lightweight. That's like super featherweight. Yeah, okay. Featherweight or whatever. I mean, I'm sure he made like 800,000 because it wasn't a pay-per-view, but it was on ESPN Plus, so you got to have a subscription. So he made a nice piece of change.
Well, no, that's what I was going to say. Those lighter weights don't make the same level of money.
Well, they're starting to make it. Floyd made it that
he was guaranteed 500,000, and the other one, Valdez, he got 375.
And so he got 500,000. So you know about half of that went to the corner, the trainers, taxes.
Well, not half, but the taxes is the half.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just adding it all up. Yeah, the taxes and everything.
But he still got the pay-per-views didn't come in at that point, so it depends on once the final
pay-per-view.
He was guaranteed. He was guaranteed 500,000.
It's not pay-per-view, it's subscriptions because it's on ESPN Plus. So if you already had ESPN Plus, that's how you got the fight because I had ESPN Plus.
I'm just saying it's not a whole lot of money after it's all said and done.
Yeah. Like I think he left with like 200,000, 250, something like that.
But now that he's a unified champ, his next fight should be over the top. He should get paid.
That's the thing about boxers. It ain't like you ain't fighting again for another till next year, probably now. The next fight ain't gonna happen till next year. So I mean, he should be good. He
might be able to squeeze out one by the end of the year, but that means all the stars would have to align.
Yeah, he got to squeeze out one, but they're looking for If you're looking for a pay-per-view fight, yo, the echo.
No, when you laughed,
yeah, I know, I heard it.
Laugh, yeah.
That's why I muted the whole thing.
Oh, so nobody can hear us on IG?
Nah, I don't think so. Let me see. Can y'all hear us on IG? Well, there's only one person that they all. Well, there's only one person that echo is crazy.
All right, well, I'm gonna sign off then.
Yep. So you said Shiny had another clip. Let me see what clip. Maybe she left it in here. Oh, look like something about Cosmo. What's this? Oh, well, you know, Camari
Kevin Samuels was on there. No. But he actually said something that was actual fact. It was actual factual.
Oh Lord.
He said Cosmopolitan admitted that they had been lying to women the entire time. Well, it turned out it's a fact. Cosmopolitan did admit to lying to women the entire time. Here's the clip of what happened.
I talked about how Cosmopolitan magazine, they wanted to be the Playboy of women. They openly admit that we lied to a generation of women just to sell you products.
We created this fantasy world. The Cosmo Girl, at least in the beginning, before a lot of women began to buy into it, the Cosmo Girl was just a sexual fantasy. She was a marketer's dream, however. She would work hard, she was on the pill, and she would get an abortion. They weren't going to have to fire her for being pregnant because she was never going to get pregnant. She didn't press for working women's rights. She didn't press for family rights. She didn't press for child care. She just worked hard and for the corporation. Basically, she was a man. If you can convince a woman that everything is about her, then she has to buy a whole bunch of stuff to make herself so wonderful. Why was Cosmo so successful? Because it attracted advertisers. Why did it attract advertisers? Because it worked.
Now there was, and I couldn't find the research. I couldn't find the research on this so now I'm going to talk, and I'm not going to have specifics. So I hate when people do it, but I'm just going to give you. The women's movement was funded by white men.
The CIA.
The CIA. Basically, it wasn't because they really wanted women to have equal rights.
Well, you know what? I should back that up. Part of the feminist movement was funded by the CIA. However, there was women's suffrage that started prior to in the 1800s because they were fighting for voting rights. So that was a real thing that was sparked by women, and black women took it over the top. But I mean, what audience are we looking at when we talk about the Cosmopolitan woman? And that clip from Kevin Samuels was from the Joe Budden's podcast, and that's old. Did anybody really believe any of this stuff in Cosmo?
My mom
black
did.
Women even really?
My mom did. Like, we got to remember, I'm 51. We got to remember, there was a lot of influence in magazines like Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, there was.
But the other thing I wanted to say is the feminine movement, and I forget it was the CIA, but there's a family that was behind it. And they said the reason why they wanted women out of the house is because we had 50% of the population that wasn't being taxed. We had a whole bunch of people sitting home that we weren't able to tax. And they were like, how are we going to just sit them home when we can have them in the workforce and tax them also? But I got to find out more because I watched the whole documentary on it. But I couldn't find it. It was like it's one thing you find it and you got to write this stuff down to see how you can get it back, to go back to it. I forget the family that was whatever. But Cosmopolitan, I mean, there was a lot of women who watched it.
They got
who read it.
They got some of them. But I see what Camari's saying. Yeah, some people like, all right, whatever. We know they ain't real.
Yeah, I mean, it was all marketing. Magazines are there for marketing reasons. Soap operas are there for marketing reasons. TV, radio is there for marketing advertising reasons. So,
and it affects us. Yeah. It affects on what we do, how we think, how we talk, how we walk. And it's a major portion of what we believe.
That's why you got to be really, really careful about what you choose to listen to and watch. But that's a whole other conversation. Sorry.
I honestly get it. Like we got to be careful what we choose to watch. I don't even know what to watch anymore. I can't tell you what the truth is anymore. I can't tell you what report is actually the truth anymore. The funniest thing is that I don't know if y'all saw this thing, is all the rave that birds ain't real. There was this thing called birds ain't real. No, it really took off.
Like flying birds ain't real.
Birds are drones. They're robots that were put out there to actually get information on us. So this whole thing goes around, and it goes so crazy that during the NCAA championship, the Final Four, Charles Barkley and those guys are doing their thing, and they got the live audience, and there's a person behind it that says birds aren't real. They got a sign. So it's an actual kind of movement, but I had never researched it. I just heard about it. I heard about this birds ain't real. They're being used to investigate and spy on us. And my daughter was like, did you hear about this crazy thing about birds ain't real? And I was like, yeah, I heard something about it. Well, come to find out, it's a 24-year-old in LA who was on 60 Minutes last night who purposely did it to mock society and literally started this nonsense and started this character. And he said, I did it just to mock all the false information that we get and how easy it is
to spread it. Yep.
He had rallies with like 200-300 people there talking about birds ain't real. The genius is that he actually did the entire first half of the interview as the character. And he was like literally telling you, don't you understand that birds, think about it. What did he say?
So basically he did a wonderful Trump impersonation.
He did a wonderful Trump impersonation. He said Twitter's symbol is a bird, right? The Twitter symbol is
the tweet. Yep.
He said, and who goes on there? The left wing and the right wing goes on there to promote Then he finally at the end broke down and had to laugh. You know how many people really believed it?
He was like, yeah, he got a point.
Well, that's just like the flat earthers. That's just like the people that call everybody in government lizards. Like there's so many quote unquote conspiracy theories out there. It's crazy.
Oh, we did get the truth about the earth being flat around?
I'm
not doing this today.
I honestly, the more I read it and the more I read things, I don't believe we went to the moon. I think we can go to the moon now. I don't believe we really went to the moon in 1969.
Why? Because there's no wind and the flags were blowing.
No, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Like even the flag, putting the flag on the moon. That was really dumb.
Why?
Because when the flag had floated away,
none of us stuck into the soil.
Stuck into the dirt. Into the dirt. You playing it.
Stuck into the dirt. Like we knew there was dirt on the moon. Like there's dirt, the regular dirt that we stick on the earth, we stuck on the moon.
Well, there are scientists that say that the moon broke off from the earth millions and millions and millions of years ago.
Okay, all right, we're not gonna go.
Even the stuff that they wanted to believe is fact sounds crazy if it wasn't for a scientist saying it.
I agree with that. I mean, listen, remember cigarettes at one point were fun and healthy. No shade against the vape mic. But now
it's bad for you. Let everybody know it's bad for you.
But now they recognize and they say, no, it is actually bad for you.
No, nobody in the world would believe there was cocaine and coke.
All you got to do is read the history.
But if I just told you that, you'd be like, there's no way in the goddamn world there was actual cocaine and coke. And how about this? They kept the name. They called something coke.
That's right.
Conspiracy theories.
That's not a conspiracy.
All the conspiracy theories on Michael Shawn and the TakeOver.
No, that's true.
That's true. That's true. There's a great podcast called
It's true that it's cocaine and Coca-Cola soda.
It was cocaine and Coca in the original Coca-Cola.
In the original Coca-Cola formula, there was small particles. A portion of it was cocaine because Coca-Cola was originally marketed as a medical product, right? They used to have all those tonics and stuff they would market. So people kind of forget like how life was before TV, radio, actual doctors. They would market stuff and say, oh, this is this great tonic. It gives you energy. It takes headaches away, right? Like all that stuff's real. Here's another thing. If you really want to understand like why China is the way it is, look at the Opium Wars. So England basically had all of China strung out on opium. And they recognized what happened to them. But there's a lot of people, there's a lot of drug activity in society in the 1700s, things like that. It's real. It's documented. It's no conspiracy.
My dad told me, he said, they used to give us these shots in Vietnam he said, and they'd give it to us and just tell us to run wild when it was time to go check out, a lot of kids came back from Vietnam. There was a lot of parenting that came out of Vietnam. But it's like they'd shoot you up and like, go. Nobody would ask any questions.
I mean, listen, the Tuskegee experiment was a real thing.
And if somebody would have told you that right now, if somebody told you that, I'm not saying this is true, so please, YouTube, don't get on. I'm saying if somebody would have told you that they're using these COVID vaccinations for another reason, people are looked upon as being crazy. And then when you bring Tuskegee, they roll their eyes and go, do you really think that would happen again? Did you really think it should have happened the first time?
I do think it's a little different now, but the overarching point that you're making, right? I agree with.
I'm not saying, yeah. I'm not.
I agree with that.
I'm just sitting there going like, I don't know. Like, that's my joke on why'd you get the COVID test? Why'd you get the COVID vaccine? Because they told me to. No, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know what I allowed them to shoot in me. That's fact.
But when you got your measles shot, your smallpox shot, do you know what was in that either?
And I don't know the effects of it.
So, but we get them. But
that's what I'm saying. We get them because they just tell us to get them. Like nobody has the information to, like, when I tell you of the parents that I've interviewed firsthand, white, black, Hispanic, super, super rich, middle class, and poor, who have said their kid having autism had something to do with the vaccinations that they took. I'm just going from what these people said. I have no experience. And I know that millions and millions of dollars are being paid out to parents in this country. That's all I'm saying. We don't know what's being shot up in us.
No, I mean, that's why I never really had a problem with people that said they didn't want to take the vaccine.
Me either.
But I also had a problem with people who were like super gung-ho, take the vaccine too. At the end of the day, it's a personal choice.
Yeah. But I have absolutely no idea. I was just like, we won't know till 10 years from now. And when 10 years from now, the commercials come out at midnight and they say what they say, like the lawn care. If I see one more thing about the
Roundup,
the Roundup, if I see one more commercial at 2:00 in the morning saying, if you ever use Roundup and then when I go to the Lowe's and Roundup is still on the shelves, I'm like, what the fuck?
I still got some.
I almost bought it. I
still got some.
And I don't even know what y'all talking about.
About the weed killer.
So what's wrong? What's wrong with Roundup?
So there's a.
I mean, not to go in. I know Shawnee got a story to tell, but go ahead. Let her.
Oh, I got a story to tell.
I think so. You got a letter, but go ahead. Roundup is supposed to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, supposedly Roundup creates some kind of disease with exposed usage, and I use Roundup, so I could possibly apply for that.
Y'all watch commercials at midnight, all the infomercials, and
what are the difference between the commercials at midnight and the commercials that you see in the?
We know they just because they're not responsibly putting them on during the daytime.
How do you know that?
That's why they put them on at night.
Hold on. Come on. Y'all all are radio vets. Is anybody really responsible for any ads?
No, at all.
Any of them?
Just want their money.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 2 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning. The only reason why those ads get on is because they're cheaper. The time is cheaper to buy.
Right. Exactly.
That's the only difference.
Commercials at midnight. Yep.
Hey, they work. Listen, all right, let's bring it back to the money, right? There's a reason why they run those ads at midnight and overnight, because like Mike Shawn said, they're cheaper, but people are watching, especially a lot of our elders and our seniors, and they buy.
Sleep.
No, they're up in the middle of the night and they buy. There are studies for that.
Yeah, they wake up at like 4:00 in the morning.
My mom is in her 70s. I call my mom at 1 a.m. She's up watching.
My mom do be on social media late. Like, what did she just like something at 12:30? What is she doing up at? Yeah.
So I'll just go with it. Because, man, listen. Because when you watch the documentary on cigarettes was the funniest thing ever. They literally paid dudes to lie. Their job were to lie to America that it wasn't killing people. As I take some of my advice.
I mean, when you think about it, though, what are actors? I mean, they're make believe.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. No, but technically they kind of are, right? And that's no disrespect to the thespian craft, right?
Yeah.
But they are making make believe.
So what's this? Before I get into the letters, and there was some. Oh, Jay, I'll tell you later. I power washed this out of my house. I actually did lawn work this weekend.
Hey,
he needs your help though.
I was thinking, I got a sprayer. I got the power washer. So
no, I got a power washer.
You got one that can reach all the way to the top of his house?
Yeah, you would need a ladder probably for the top. But
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Mine can shoot pretty far.
Don't you need a long pole though?
Yeah, I got the long pole.
As long as I just do it on a ladder. I wouldn't recommend doing it on a ladder.
No, I'm not getting on a ladder.
Maybe it's an A-frame.
Well, if he got the scaffold one, yeah, the A-frame. That's
the
what it's
A-frame.
called.
You need to see. I'm in the lawn care now, Camari. I'm trying to. I may be doing this lawn care service.
I'm gonna say this: I had a buddy come home from prison, and he started a lawn care company, and he's doing all right. There's money to be made in lawn care if you're serious about it.
Yeah, money to be made in everything.
The reason I stopped doing mine because I paid my guy too much money, and come to find out, he said he got 63 houses at $35 a pop every week.
So we going on the lawn care?
When I did the math, I said that's why I stopped paying him. I said, wait, but he got 62 other people.
So you gonna get a truck and a hitch? Want to get some insurance?
He ain't thought about all.
No, he got a lawnmower.
He ain't thought.
He got a lawnmower that has reverse, drive, park, and neutral.
I got a weed whacker too. I got a power. I really can put all this stuff together. I was like 63 houses at $35 a pop every week. 63 times 35 every week.
You know that's that's gonna be your only job. You can't do 63. You can't do 63 houses and have another job. You know that, right?
But you got to times that by 52 weeks, Shawnee. You get 114,000.
No, there's
no. But you got to take out the gas.
But it's hold on. It's seasonal, Jay.
It's seasonal.
So you're only cutting grass spring, summer, and maybe part of the fall.
Good point.
What a lot of landscapers do is they do snow removal in the winter, and it don't snow no more.
Oh no, I can't.
Because climate change isn't real.
Yeah, see, there
you go with a conspiracy. Well, that's why I'm rethinking all of this. But I'm trying to think maybe it's a part-time summer season gig.
You can do it. Let's get it.
Won't be a bad spring and summertime.
For 2,000, at least for those, so that's 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's still a grip. No matter how you look at it, if it's for 4 weeks, that's 8,000, nearly 9,000 a month for the summer months. That's what 3-4 months.
Don't forget your taxes. I don't want you going to jail.
Well, it's a cash paying job, so you got to report
look
something.
at you telling on yourself.
So listen, the commentary of Jay Black around taxes are his and his alone.
I'm playing. It is tax season. It is tax season, and
Jay keep forgetting. He also has to go against True Lawn, the Green Thumb people, who got everything on smash. Like you actually got to infiltrate.
There's enough room.
His homeboy that already got 63 yards.
All these.
How long did it take him to get 63 yards?
I helped him for my neighborhood because I was the first one, and then I put them on to the other neighbors, and then they took off. I helped them.
He said it took off from there.
It took off because you got to get
his
money.
business. He said his business sucked until then.
Until I came along and embraced him.
I hope it was a black-owned business that you put on.
No, little boy, no.
Yeah.
So now you got to find a neighborhood that you can get. I guess maybe if you can find a division that's being built, a new division, and start with them.
Listen, he can always move into
I'm
the
gonna
divisions.
undercut him and take a couple of my neighbors. How about that? Yeah, I'm an undercut. If you're doing 35, I do 30. I do 30. I do
2 for
30.
$5.
You better make sure you do it as well as he does.
Yeah. You can't be experimenting on that part.
I never want to support an entrepreneur's dream.
No, we can support it, but you got to have the pros and cons.
Y'all supposed to help with solutions.
No, you just want
did.
pros. All you want is
We
pros.
giving
Why
you
it's gonna work.
solutions and stuff you ain't thinking about.
63 houses at $35 a pop every week. That's good money for being somebody that's hustling out there.
You are not gonna be able to do 63 houses by yourself.
I know
you're not.
You work.
Yeah,
you not.
That's true.
And you work every day. You got to get
that's what I'm
somebody
saying.
else.
That's got to be your
that's
only
gonna cut
job.
into your profit. Yeah, it's gonna cut into your profit.
You're gonna need some employees.
Mm-hmm. Reliable employees that you can trust.
Jay gonna be going to the spot, picking them up and pick up trucks. I know the spot.
Everybody going to Home Depot in the morning.
Everybody go to Home Depot in the morning. You pick up
We
trucks.
got to figure out some other business. I'll start thinking at these properties and thinking about buying some cheap properties and flipping them. And we got to do something else. Yeah,
I might have something for y'all.
Get some rental cars.
I talked about y'all.
Rental cars. You talked about.
Yeah, I got something. I'll talk to you after the show with Dollar General.
All right.
Okay.
Dollar General. All right. Let me tell y'all this story.
Mm-hmm.
You ever know somebody for a long time and you know they have money, but you don't know exactly how much money they really have?
Mm-hmm.
We got a family friend and his son's first communion. Family friend forever. Like we are family. Like this is a family friend. And I know he was a successful, what do you call the people who make the eyeglasses? What do you call it?
Ophthalmologist.
Ophthalmologist. Very successful ophthalmologist. Had one of his stores in Temple University. Has another one, and he's got commercials. The whole nine.
That's what I was talking about. That's right.
And
Agent Turo.
And somehow or another during COVID, he actually got more successful. He had some plan. There's a former football player that y'all know named John Runyon.
Okay.
That played for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling him how it's a buyer's market in real estate. And I was like, wow, I sold my little joint, and I was like, did pretty good. Come to find out, this dude.
This is a seller's market, but go ahead.
Yeah, seller's market, a seller's market. And he was like, yeah, it is a seller's market because even when you offer right now cash money and you're going with huge down payments, they're trying to stick you and trying to act like, and I was like, what are you talking about? Anyway, I didn't know John Runyon's house is up for sale.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you're going to buy John Runyon's house? He was like, yeah. He didn't even know the football player's name. He was just like, he's a football player and a politician, right? Whatever. So I said, let me Google this. So we were at this event and whatever. How about John Runyon's house is $5 million?
Mm.
So I had to go back and start the conversation again. I said, you about to buy a $5 million? Like, I had no idea. Like, I knew he had multiple cars.
Oh, wow, yeah. $5.8 million in New Jersey on sale. But go ahead.
He said, I'm not paying $5 million for that shit. He said, I told him
that was 6 years ago, 2014.
That's when he put it.
Yeah, I just saw 5.8 million. I'm like, wait, what was that? But go ahead. So wait, so he was buying a house. You didn't know he had money.
I didn't know. And it has and he was like, this is what he told me. Now I know he has money. Like the car selection and the house he lives in. He lives over there where Freddie Mitchell and them used to live, Jay Black.
Okay. Yeah, the nice part. The nice with Donovan and Freddie. Yeah,
and
nice.
Donovan's mom lives, Donovan's mom supposedly lives like in his cul-de-sac or something. There's somewhere, I don't know if Donovan's mom still lives there or whatever. So he said, nah, I told him I can give him $3 million, but we got to close in 2 weeks. I said, what the fuck?
I keep telling folks cash is king. That mean he got cash.
They did. That help. People don't want to wait. They want their bread
so
now.
he tells me, he's like, yeah, I told him $3 million, but we got to close in 2 weeks. Now he has a very heavy accent. He's Puerto Rican. So I can tell like they were trying to play the race card with him, right? Because they hear the accent, but he knows what he's doing. So he goes, he says the taxes are $80,000 either a month or a year. $80,000 a year.
A year.
Probably a year.
He said, but John Runyon didn't pay taxes because he's got like 20 acres and one little acre, he has a donkey on it or something.
Agriculture, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's considered a farm.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't have to pay taxes. I said, what the
It's always a loophole. Everybody knows the loophole. Kamari don't be telling us.
Kamari, is this true?
Yeah, it's state by state though. So it's not across the board.
So he says
sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not.
He says, so then he goes, now I'm interested because I'm like, he's doing shit. I was like, wow, this is. It all started from him saying, the twin Sweet 16 is coming. Let me know if you need something. And I was like, I said, no, I should be good. But then I was like, wait a second, motherfucker. If you got $3 million,
if he got $3 million, I need his number. We need to talk about the media room. Like, we need a sponsorship. He got $3 million.
So then he said, well, I'll make it 600. He said, I'll bring 3.5 to the closing. I just need the tax thing that he has for the farm. I just needed to be guaranteed to continue. So I'm go ahead, Mar. What are you gonna say?
I got a loophole for you, though, Jay.
Give me one.
Require a little bit of work. All right.
What's this loophole for?
So I need you to go back to school, go to seminary. You're gonna become Pastor J, Bishop J, and we're gonna start a church.
We talked about this before.
Get a church.
I was a bishop.
So you can start. You can buy a church, have a building, right? And you can apply. You can apply to have your real estate taxes waived. A lot of churches don't pay real estate tax.
How about this? Can I do church out of my house if there's a certain part of the backyard and treat that as a church?
That might be a little bit tricky.
First of all, ain't nobody going to your house to praise God.
No, it's where you worship. It's where a building is a building.
People have
you gonna go to church?
They're not going to Jay's house. Jay won't let people use the bathroom.
I have porta potty. But that's interesting, though. But yeah, that's a way. There's a loophole to be, in the church.
I could be a pastor. That wouldn't be a problem. I just need somebody to run the church. Being a pastor is easy. That's the easy part.
No, you gotta preach. That is not easy for you to do. You're a leader.
I promise you.
Mike is a leader every day.
So what you going to do? What you going to do when they say your deacon keep hitting on the 14-year-old girls?
That's the deacon has to go to jail.
Jay Black.
I don't play that. The deacon has to go to jail.
14-year-old. Jay Black gonna be the deacon. And me and Mo gonna be the deaconess.
Yeah, well, y'all see what's happening with the Catholic Church. Those issues are real.
So you just surround yourself with other leaders, and then the pastor just the front person ain't got to worry about nothing.
It's not that simple. That's an oversimplification, but good try.
I'll be the only pastor who'll say it in his sermon, I cannot smash anybody out in this church, y'all.
You're telling me.
But you can go to the next church and do it, right?
I'm telling you, in this church. in this church.
Right, I listen. But you can go to other churches.
I'm going to be the only pastor who's going to tell you, if y'all think I don't have sin in my life, y'all dumb as hell. I could be, but no, I'm not smashing nobody else in this church.
So, Pastor, why should we be following you, Pastor, believing what you're saying?
All I got to do is interpret this word for you. I'm just a Jim. Don't go by how I live. I'm just interpreting this word for you.
About what I say, what the Bible says.
Yeah, I ain't claiming to be perfect. Shoot, Bishop Eddie Long was killing him.
And the Lord said, Mike can go out and smash chicks at other churches.
All day. Name me a pastor who ain't smashing nobody out in DFW. Please name me one. Name me one.
A single pastor can run them streets. Just like a singer.
Shit. They hated me when I was there. Name me one. Because we got numbers in common.
You just keep the loopholes coming. I don't know
keep
about
loopholes coming.
I don't know about being a pastor or a bishop, though. It seems like I don't want to leave. I want to make sure you do people right, because I feel like I'll be shady. But I don't want to do something like that.
Do something like what? What are you talking about?
You asked for a loophole, I gave you one.
To be a bishop and doing the word and
Dog, you don't even like God like that. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? I don't like God.
You don't even like God. You don't even fuck with God like that.
I do. I pray all the time. What are you talking about? I pray that I made it back home. Everybody, family was. I pray all the time. What are you talking about?
Dog, that ain't even you.
That is me. I pray. I don't tell all y'all what I pray about, and I pray all the time.
You didn't even know who the apostles were. When I said an apostle joke,
I
like,
who
are apostles?
Just because I don't know everything in the Bible does not make me.
You need to know the 12 dudes. You need to know them.
Can somebody?
Is there a point? Wait, all you gotta know is.
Can somebody cue the Trump clip when they try to get him to quote a Bible verse?
Wait, you can name all the. First of all, you're right. I don't know who the apostles are. So what? But I don't.
You know the reindeer more than you know the apostles. You
can name. First of all, you can
name. I can't name all of them.
So you just like me then.
I can name some of them. I know they exist. Like I know the
temptation. I can't name all of them. I know, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John,
Judas,
Paul, Peter. That's six.
Oh, there's a dude. There's a dude with a J.
Jamal. It should be a Jamal.
Joseph, James. I don't know.
But that don't make you not believing in God just because you don't know the apostle.
Don't say you're trying to be a bishop. You gotta know. You gotta be able to front if you're gonna be a bishop.
Yeah, you gotta know your stuff.
So Simon, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Judas, James, Andrew, Peter, all of them.
Yeah, I see why they broke up. I see why they broke up. Peter and Paul, them cats get, and John, they get all the shine. I ain't know the B word. Balafi, what was it?
Bartholomew.
Oh, he already knew that wasn't gonna run. That wasn't even catchy.
I got something, Camari. I gotta get with D Lee, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I put something together. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show everybody here because we're trying to raise this. Ooh.
Oh no, I was just reading some of the names that Joey put up. Yeah, Andrew, Thaddeus. But so you trying to raise some money? You getting with D-Lay? You got some things in the works.
Yeah. So let me see. Let me find it. Where is it at?
And after that, get to the letter. I'm so mad that Jay wanted to be a bishop, and the reason why he did it was off the door, so he don't have to pay taxes. You know what the fuck? Like, what are we talking about? And I'm bad for saying I can be a pastor.
I was just trying to figure out ways that you could, that you can benefit.
I will say this though, right?
Wow,
they have some really, really dope tax breaks for being a pastor, like outside of the income tax. I got a client who's a pastor and a good friend of mine, and he has a situation, and I gave him some counsel on it. I probably saved him about 50 G's.
Wow.
In taxes, but it's because he's a pastor and they get special treatment.
Tax breaks. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But yeah, I got to believe and know what I'm doing before I can do it. But all right, Shawn, what we got? VIP partnership?
Yes, we have it here. So what you have to do if you would like to become a VIP partner of Media Room 360 and all of the shows, you can go to my website, ShawnnyScott.com, and then go to Media Room on there. But so we got subscriptions where you can make your donation. So at any amount, if you want to give any amount, you can donate any amount to us there. If you donate $50 or more, then you'll get a nice little Media Room t-shirt. If you do $50, like a $50 subscription, then you get a Media Room t-shirt. If you do $360 or more, then you get the t-shirt, the drawstring bag, and the little water bottle that you see there at the top. So, and you can make your payment through Cash App. You can make it through PayPal. We made it real simple for you. And then everything is there about the Media Room, so you guys can check us out.
And is this monthly? Is this like a monthly commitment, or this is a one-time, like, oh, he says one-time subscription.
When does this start?
Yeah, it's the one time. It's up. It's live right now. It is live.
So all I got to do is go to Cash App.
If I want to
$$ Media Room 360.
You can do it that way. Or you can go to the website and click on the button there. You can go to ShawnnyScott.com and go to, so this is ShawnnyScott.com. When it opens, it looks like this. See Michael Shawn there, and then it'll change. And then you go over here to Media Room 360, click that link right there, and then it'll take you right to it.
So it's a one time, and then they're part of the squad, and then there's an email, like they get blast, they get information. I'm trying to figure out what I get from my, when I donate, because I like to support Black-owned businesses, so I want to support. I'm trying to understand what I get, because Black folk, I got to get something too. I gotta know I'm getting something
from Black folk. You got to get something.
I mean, I just want to make sure that I understand every aspect. I'm supporting. If I'm supposed to get something, I'm going to get what I'm supposed to get. So if I want to donate $50 right now, I'm going to be on a member. You're going to know that I did this, and you're going to you're going to keep me in the loop with different things down the road.
I'm going to send you your Media Room t-shirt, your Media Room 360 t-shirt, and then you'll be a part of, once you subscribe, then you'll be a part of our email list. So you'll find out everything that's going on with Media Room 360. You'll get the offers first before everybody else. And that's it. It's one time.
Do you get any vapes with that? Any vapes available?
I don't know. We might have to make that a promotional item. But right now, it's bags, shirts, and cups, mug, water bottles.
All right, so I just did my $1 subscription. What do I get for it?
For $1?
For $1 a holler.
Oh, well, for $1, did you put your email address in there?
No.
Oh, you just
tell
did
me
it through
to do that.
Cash App?
You gotta follow directions. See, Kamar,
Yeah,
you
you
ain't
just
follow
did it through
directions.
Cash
Man,
App?
Camara, what's going on?
I didn't hear the direction.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry.
We thought the one
do
guy in the
that.
show that followed directions was you.
I know,
So
right?
through Cash App, what'll happen if you go straight to the
crushed.
Cash App? Then I'll have to send you a message through Cash App for you to send me your email address so I can add you to our database.
All right, so I just did another one.
For $1?
No. Listen, them dollars add up now. Don't be hating on my dollars.
Yeah, don't hate on the dollar.
Hate on the dollars.
Quarters.
Listen.
No,
but
I'm
this
not
is
hating
good.
on
I
the
like
dollar,
this.
but I'm just saying for $1 you don't get a t-shirt. To get a t-shirt, you have to do a minimum of 50.
All right, so I've done $51. I'm an overachiever.
Oh, okay.
Now, Kamari,
So hold on. So I gotta buy some appliances. So once I get past my appliances, I'll do the 360 subscription.
Oh, okay, great. So for $50, $51, what we'll do is get your mailing address and your t-shirt size and mail out your t-shirt this week.
All right, cool.
Okay.
and then that's a write-off, right? This is a write-off for like when you donate or subscriptions. Can this be wrote off taxes?
How is that a write-off?
No. Well, so depends on how we want to go with it, but no, it's not a nonprofit like write-off. Shiny is not a 501c3, at least not that I know about.
Subscription.
Now, however, dues and subscriptions for business purposes can be a write-off, but this isn't really for business. This is really because Shiny's dope and I want to support.
Okay.
So
see, I could be looking at it differently for business because I need to be in the loop for my business to know entertainment wise that can help my business grow. The more information I know,
You're gonna go to jail. Like you're just gonna go to jail. Where in what part of your business do you need to know entertainment, Jay?
Well, right now, he is producing the show.
No, he says he's not producing it. He says he doesn't
part of
produce
me.
it every day. He says he's not producing
but technically,
no, you said you're not.
I know what I say, but we go.
But they
by
got
title.
video evidence that you said you don't.
But I can say that.
I know what I say.
I can say
But
that's
you know, there's video
title.
evidence. Like if IRS comes up, like, yo, you say that you don't produce the show,
And that is how the IRS jams up a lot of people. Actually, all the alphabet boys, they are on social heavy. They are watching.
Tell this guy, he's going to jail.
They are watching.
And then he's gonna be a scandal for being a bishop. It's gonna be horrible.
Then I'm gonna need you to run my lawn care business while I'm dead.
Yeah, then I got a lawnmower with allergies. The fuck. All right.
Well,
so
thank you, Camari. I appreciate that.
So what?
Of course.
If we want
Yeah,
more
now I
people,
gotta call. Well, I'm gonna call D Lee, let him know I got that up, and then we'll come up with it. Then me, him, and Camari are supposed to get together and come up with a plan.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you just in advance. I'm rough. I'm rough. So don't take it personal. It's all business.
All business.
Oh no,
Oh,
we need.
man.
I need to. Yeah, it has to be right. So
All right.
Yeah,
All right,
I was
all
like, let me
right.
get
Okay,
started
some
in
people-
place so we can have a conversation.
Yeah, some people get offended, and I'm just doing my job.
You like Dave Anderson? You can offend people when you're
Oh,
trying to.
yeah, I was gonna say, child.
Nah, listen,
because
Dave
ain't
is
nothing
in
like
a
the
league
business
of his
bully.
own.
He be going
Dave
in.
is in a league of his own. But yeah, when I have to stand and be a steward for other people's money, it's got to be right. And you said it, Shawn. You got it. You got it.
Yeah, so I got that part done. Now I can have the conversation with y'all because I didn't want to have the conversation. And it's like, oh, I don't have nothing. I don't know.
But I would say this though, I think you should have a recurring membership because people might want to give you $5 a month or $10 a month, kind of similar to a Patreon, but you don't necessarily have to do it on a Patreon.
Are we on Patreon? Are we on Patreon?
No.
We're not.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because they have to pay to be on there, and that was the thing. It was like, because I was thinking about doing Kickstarter, and the more I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, I got a website. I can do that myself. I don't have to go through them. And when I was looking at all the fees you got to pay them, so if I want to raise $100, if I, for a media room, then you really got to raise $175 because they're gonna take the 75. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why not just raise the amount that I need instead of having to work all that harder? So
all right.
So
well, that's Shawnee Scott. That's ShawneeScott.com, right?
Yeah. And I'm a real business. So
ShawneeScott.com. Make sure y'all, and we got to say that to ShawneeScott.com. For some reason, that's
and we'll have a commercial coming soon.
ShawneeScott.com. That's what I hear.
See, I've been working.
I love it.
All right, get your letter ready, Shawnee. Get the letter ready. All right, get the letter ready. And I want, give me real quick before we do the letters. I was reading this thing, right? And phrases that we say, but we don't mean. Tell me if y'all agree with these real quick.
Okay.
Phrases, what we say, but we really don't mean what we're saying. We mean something totally opposite. The number one they had is I'm good. Normally when we say I'm good,
I'm good.
We're not good.
We're really not good.
We be ready. Like, I'm good. Nah, that's all right. I'm good.
Oh, no, it's a different way. Because it's no. You talking, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Yeah, but even that, it don't mean what you're saying to me.
No, I'm good.
You're really saying I'm really fucking not good. Like now it's
saying no, I'm good that you did what you did. So now, now it's on.
Good.
Now
it's like
I'm good.
So you weren't good.
Or yo, Jay, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like John, right? It's a noun, person, place, thing.
Now,
it could be a lot of things.
This is one I really like. Because I've been in this situation before, right? So let's say, I can tell with Jay, so it's not fair. So, but I'll use Jay as a hypothetical. And there's some dude that I know, right? And I say, Jay, I tell him a story. Yeah, I was out with so-and-so. And then I look, because Jay gave me the look. I'm like, what, you don't like him? And he goes, no, we cool. That means they not cool.
We cool.
No, that means they not cool. That means he's
something happened.
Yeah, something happened, and he's tolerating your story because he knows that me and him are cool. But I don't know that he really not cool with the dude, so he's like, we cool.
We cool.
Okay.
We cool.
Another one.
I ain't got nothing against him, but I ain't got nothing for him.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing against him.
I ain't got nothing for him.
I thought no. Now this one ends with a phrase, right? This is funny as hell. When black people say, when you ask them, "Can you swim?" and they go, "Well, I won't drown." When they answer, "I won't,"
they can't swim. They can't swim.
That's like saying you can eat, but I won't choke. What? That means you really can't swim. Now,
I can swim, but I can't tread water. That's what they're trying to say. Like they go under, they could probably swim, but they can't float. And I can't save nobody's life. That's what I can do. I can swim. I cannot tread water.
It's hard
and
to
swim
save somebody's life
and pull somebody else with you. No,
yeah, you
it's a wrap.
pull them and
it's a wrap.
Yeah, but a lot of times they'll be fighting against you.
Yes.
Yeah, and then making it worse.
Yep.
When I was on the swim team, I took the lifeguard test because it was extra money.
Mike, you was on the swim team?
Yeah, they saw it was like
Let
like
me
one
find
of them.
out you was out here modeling in Speedos.
In trunks.
Facts. No, it was one of them hood stories. I was at a public pool swimming, and the lifeguard said, "Hey, have you ever thought about being on a swim team?" I said, "No." And unfortunately, my mom overheard the conversation. That's how I got on the swim team, because my mom wanted me to have something to do because it was the summertime and all I was doing was staying home. So then I had to wake up at 5 a.m. to do 30 laps to begin with in a cold ass pool. That was it wasn't because I love swimming. It was because I love swimming.
That's good stuff, though. That was a great experience, I'm sure.
No. It was tough. But the lifeguard test is a beast. And when you say people fighting against you, when you do that part of the test, they fight against you on purpose. Dog, you're going to die if you don't. You would just stand still. Like, relax. I can get you.
Calm down. Don't panic.
I can't say nobody now. What was the last one? The last one is when a black person says, "I don't give a fuck." That means they truly do give a fuck. Whatever they're yelling about.
I don't give a
I don't give a fuck. That means they truly,
they
truly.
mad. They big mad.
They big mad, and they truly.
I don't give a fuck. That's you. I know. I don't give a fuck. That's you.
I don't give a fuck. You want to go out with your girls? I don't give a fuck. Go out. Go out.
I will vacuum the beach before I care about what.
So those are just, I got some more. I just want to put those are a few phrases or words that we use that we mean the exact opposite when it comes to it. So go ahead, Shawnee. Let's wrap the show up with A letter from somebody we don't know. That's the name of the segment. A letter from somebody we don't know.
All right. So this is from a female. And she says, my boyfriend and I have been together for 5 years. My boyfriend and I have been together for 5 years.
5 years.
He
It's already
got
bad.
married. He got married last year to a very wonderful woman. I helped him pick her ring out and opened up an account to help him buy it. Here is my question. His visits have dropped back to maybe once every 2 weeks. When I complained, he said the only way he could see me more is if he pretended like he had a part-time job and had money to show for it. How much is fair to give him to have more time with him? Before you call me stupid, this was my idea. I want to do it. He's worth it. I get an insurance annuity every month from my dad's death, and I won't ever miss the money.
So she was his side chick for 5 years.
She's his girlfriend,
That's a
and
real
then
letter,
he
John.
got married to a great woman, according to her.
I'm confused. So
listen,
that was never his girlfriend. She was never his girlfriend if he got married to somebody else.
Well, I get what
you have more than one girlfriend.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to marry her. Maybe she didn't want to get married. I don't know.
But listen,
she said, this is my boyfriend and I have been together for 5 years.
And she's okay with it. She's okay with being a side girl as long as she getting her time in and his time got decreased.
No, she's not a side girl. She's an employer. So if there's ever any openings, I want to apply.
Because Camari want her annuity check.
It's
She
a
give it
job.
away. She said she ain't gonna miss it.
Yeah, but he's not. He gets to bang her out and spend a little bit of time with her. Like,
how do you know they're banging?
She's okay with it.
Just be having talking, spiritual conversations, stimulating.
Personal banking. That's all.
I mean, I don't like people calling people dumb.
No, it's what she wants. You can't call her dumb if that's what she wants. That's what she's into.
It ain't tricking if you got it, man. It ain't tricking if you got it.
Well, how much is the D worth to her? Like, I don't know. Sad she willing to pay. Like, God bless her.
Yeah. She said she wants to be able to see him more because he's only come to see her once every 2 weeks.
You can't knock with somebody like, I mean, we can say she's dumb, blah, 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 but if that's what she's into and she's okay with it, you got to respect that too, right? You can't. You need to have respect for yourself, and we can't preach to somebody. Like she sent the letter for a reason. She wants some type of legit advice.
But he makes her feel special.
But if
he wants to know how much did she pay him?
How much is she paying?
As a part-time job, so whatever minimum wage is for whatever minimum wage is for that state. That's what I would say. As a 4-hour shift for 4 hours at that minimum wage.
4 hours.
4 hours. That's all I get, 4 hours.
A 4-hour shift at that 7.25 of UMPA.
I thought it was 7.75. It's only 7.25.
Let me see what PA minimum did it go up?
No, why I pay $15 an hour right here around the corner?
They can pay that. Oh, Jersey's different, by the way. They got a minimum.
I'm not. First of all, she ain't in no leverage. She has no leverage to negotiate. It's whatever he wants. No, because she wants to be with him. He already got the woman he want to be with. All he got to do is say, you want. He already told you. By saying this, he already showed you who got the leverage. He said, in order for me to see you, I'll have to act like I got a part-time job, which means he's already demanding payment, which means it depends on what he wants.
That's right. So she got the money to pay him.
I need $500 every time I see you.
Every time.
Yeah, still 7.25.
And I'm shortchanging myself. I got a sparkling personality. I'm shortchanging myself.
I mean, it ain't no different from men paying women for their time.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't do it, but you know.
I mean, what if they just have stimulating conversation?
Then that's cool, but and is that
let's not act like men don't pay for that.
And all I'm doing is I'm saying I will give you a minimum. This is the minimum time I'll spend. There ain't gonna be no.
They did at the strip club. Mike did that at a strip club. You pay for a stripper, and you just talk.
Sometimes
They see
You just
that
need
you
somebody
paying
to
for
tell me.
conversation. You paid.
Only reason I do it is because I'm like, oh, you sat here for a minute. Here's some money, girl, because you could have been.
Oh,
doing what you
you
were doing.
giving people money for sitting and talking to you?
No,
Yeah,
he said
not
when
you.
we were younger.
We're
Like,
friends.
he said not you.
We're friends, and you got your clothes on, so that's a whole different story.
Like, well, when you gonna come over and talk?
You gotta
sparkly
be
outfit on.
closeless.
I got a sparkling personality too.
You know, Shawnee wear ponchos, get massages, so it would never work. So, yeah. Never, ever.
I'm gonna tell you a hypothetical story that I heard that a dude was out with another chick, and they were out together, and they were having lunch, and after lunch it went down, and everything was popping, and she was like, "Yeah, that'd be $250."
Oh,
I didn't
that's
agree to
how
that.
it
What are we
goes.
doing? What are we talking about?
Did he give her the $250?
She could try
Sure
to.
did.
There was no agreement.
Wow.
It has to be an
It worked
agreement
like
prior.
that?
No, that's what we ain't gonna do.
Go ahead, you play around and not give her the $250, and she yell rape.
Oh,
Or
really?
worse.
Is
Or
that
worse.
what it is?
Or have somebody else come through.
And hypothetically
Oh.
speaking, the person said, the person was like, it was weird because things were going real easy. Like, it was like,
Because she knew what she was doing. That yelling rape, yeah, you're gonna pay that. You know what I mean?
yeah, $250 or have a
You're
problem.
gonna be guilty. You're gonna be guilty just
Yeah.
damn.
And come on, right? You don't want the person looking for you over $250 now for the rest of hypothetically.
Wow.
Honest
That's
advice,
interesting.
But to
Honest
your-
advice, $100 an hour, girl, get your time.
All right, I will tell you the
okay.
advice.
That's good.
Let me tell you the advice that this girl really needs to have. This is the advice you need to have. Mars said this earlier. You need therapy. You need to go take the money that you're going to pay him to have a part-time job. You need to pay a therapist to wonder why your self-esteem is
that's
fucked up.
wrong. You can't say
We
that
don't know
to
that
somebody.
though. We don't know that though.
Dude, when a person says she opened an account so that he could marry this girl, when you go above and beyond for somebody who you've been with for 5 years to go marry somebody else, your self-esteem
She's head over
is
heels.
fucked
She's
up.
wide open.
That's
It's
real love.
unconditional.
That's real love. I want to see you win.
That's how the polygamists
No,
work. Like this,
I
that's what
promise
it
you.
is. The mentality is
I
I want to
manipulated
make sure
people
you're
like that.
happy.
You got to go see a therapist.
No, you can't say that.
Mike,
There's a lot of females that take dudes back for cheating. You ain't got no self-esteem. He gonna let him keep cheating on you? Come on, you can't say that.
They right.
No, they're not right. It's
right.
I
They
don't
right.
know what to say about the situation. I ain't never been in no situation like this, so I don't know what to tell them.
You pay for you help somebody else marry somebody else after 5 years. And now he telling you, you got to pay for my time to come see you. And you do it, and you're using money. You're using money that you got from somebody, from my uncle's death or some shit like that.
Her dad. Yeah, her dad.
I ain't going to see the money. Yeah, you not, because you're going to give it to him.
Just because you disagree does not make her crazy. Just because
She's
just because you would do something different doesn't make
She's
her
sad. She needs to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
can do
I
what you
try
want.
not to judge, but
Yeah, you can't judge people and their decisions
I wouldn't
based
do
on
it.
what we would do. That's part of the thing I'm
Oh,
going
you
through
can
now.
have an opinion. You can have
I'm
an
trying to
opinion on
not
somebody's
put
decision.
my opinion on other people just because it ain't rock. I wouldn't rock with that. Don't make you an idiot.
Whoa.
I don't understand why she's doing it though. It's like it's so many other
It
men
ain't for you
out
to
there
understand
that
because it ain't you.
Hold on. I can judge when you ask me for advice.
Okay.
Now you've opened it up. You
But I didn't
asked
ask you for advice about me and myself. I asked you for advice about
You're
how I'm
asking me
moving
what
forward.
to do, so I got to tell you why you shouldn't do it.
But that ain't what I asked you. I asked
Okay,
you how
well
much
then
I
don't
should
do
pay.
it. But don't ask me then. I said don't do it, dummy. Don't pay somebody for their time who's married to somebody else and the other person's wonderful. First of all, it makes you I got to check your morals. Because why, if this person's a wonderful person, why would you take part in fucking her over like that?
Right, and be mad that he
She
not
doing what
coming
she
to
wanna
spend
do.
time.
You even said it yourself. Well, she grown. She want to do what she want to do. You said that before with stuff, right? Somebody grown, they want to do what they want to do.
But I can tell you it's dumb. Like if you ask me, I'm like, yo, that you gonna pay this
It's
dude
definitely not normal. But
Yeah, surely there's another dude out there that is
for free.
That'll kick it with you and spend time with you every day. You don't have to wait. Well, maybe she don't want to see him every day, but you can have somebody that works on your schedule.
Wait, before I talk anymore, can you ask her to send us a picture? Because maybe she does have to pay for this.
That changes how the person looks, the physical appearance. That's what we do it.
I ain't make these rules. I just live by them.
Oh yeah, she gotta pay. Yeah. Oh no.
Listen, man, the woman's in love. Don't hate on love. Love is
That's
love.
not love. If you in love with
love.
If you in love with somebody, you don't want to share them.
Free. That's right.
Actually, that's not true, Mike. That's a westernized version of love.
No, that's a Michael Shawn version of love. If I'm in love with you, I don't want nobody sticking their penis in you. I just want if I'm in love with you.
Okay.
Unless I find out that you just bad for me, and then I just love you from a distance.
But she might love another woman. The other woman might not have a penis.
Sharing is caring.
Or a tongue.
I'm just saying. Just,
And Jay's so cheap. Jay, he don't even he don't even try to help the chick. He's just like worrying about the hourly rate. Like, there's deeper problems here with this woman.
Listen, I want to apply.
You just want to check.
I think my wife would allow me to take that job.
Depends on how much it was.
Nah, I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh no, we not doing that.
And I bring all that money home to you, Shawnee.
There is females out there that will
talk to her, caress her, love on her.
No, we not
bring
doing
it back
that.
to the household.
We not doing that.
Johnny, you're not gonna let your man smash out for $10 million.
Exactly. And decent proposal.
Oh, just one time?
I might buy her an outfit.
Just one time.
One time.
And then for how long? Like, is there a time limit?
I bet there's somebody
Look,
watching
Shawn,
who
look,
allow their man to do his services for payment. As long as he brought the money home to the family.
Shawnee would. The fact that she had to take that long thinking about it, Shawnee would.
No.
Like, if it was a hard no, it would have been a hard no.
All I need
$10 million one time?
One time.
$10 million is one time.
One time. One session.
Just one time, I'll be like, baby, let me roll you on over here.
Take this, not to roll you on over there.
Let me roll you on over here, baby.
You gonna give him a pep talk and everything, right?
Like, yeah, we gonna be good after this.
Let's get.
That's how we talk to each other. So I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I'm saying this. I will let you smash.
He's laughing.
I will let you smash.
Baby, would you let me smash somebody for one time $10 million?
One time.
Now, when he say no, you gonna feel bad? Now, if he said no,
I wouldn't feel
there's
bad.
no money limit that I because you take energies from people, right? He can get deep with it. I don't know. And then he can go tell my baby, I'll let you go.
Energy. I don't care if he leaves a AA battery in her.
Look, that's so good. We gonna be rich after this. We gonna be like $10 million.
Do you see?
We don't care what y'all think.
How money it really is the root of all evil, because it's really not much. Like $10 million. I just need a guarantee that when you come back, I get $5 million and you get $5 million. Because there might be a chance I might not be able to deal with the memories of you getting smashed out. I just need to know.
You can't live with that. It ain't that many showers and baths in the world.
You
can't.
We agreed to this. We know what this is going in.
Well, come on, y'all. Y'all act like this isn't.
No, me and Mike, we on the same page with certain things, and I know he
Stop. Y'all gotta act like this doesn't exist in the real world. There are people who date porn stars, right?
Yeah.
That are married to them. Like this happens. There are men who
He's
date
not gonna
women
go for that.
who are strippers.
He's not gonna go for that.
No, 10 million. If you give me $10 million, I'm pretty much in.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
you're not. The relationship is over. You're going to go through, but it's over. It reminds sign still delivered. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
$10 million one time. That don't even mean nothing, Jay.
It is.
Listen, man, people.
It wouldn't last 60 days after that. Mike would be. He can act like he gonna try.
You know what?
It would be. Mike, it's not happening.
Because at that point, the only stipulation I would put is $10 million, and you have to stay with the person for a year afterwards
to get the money.
Hell
no, we need our money right away.
No.
that
To keep
changes
the
things.
also you got to give the money back or some shit. In order to get the money, there's got to be a stipulation that if you guys break
later
up
to the date, you get paid.
Yeah,
in a
but like
year,
if
the
y'all
money
that
goes back.
tight and y'all cool like that, then
But Mike,
you
that's what
be
I'm saying.
thinking
Me
about-
just knowing Mike, I'm just talking about Michael Shaw. I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there that probably can, but there's no scenario where Mike can allow that to happen and him be okay and last a year to
I
get
would.
paid.
I could last a year.
It's
I wouldn't be
one
like
time.
honestly. I'd be at the front. I'd be
in love.
right now. I would be. Let's say it happened. Right now, I would be at the Memphis Grizzlies Golden State Warriors playoff game.
You ain't got the money yet.
No, if it happened, I said it happened already.
Okay.
Right
That's
now,
a
I'd
fact.
be at the Golden State Memphis.
TJ Slow Roll is on a roll. He's telling the
TJ
truth.
Slow yo roll.
I'm sorry.
Someone before she
I'm
met
sorry.
you. But $10 million and after when you're together with someone,
telling the
then
truth.
Mike full of it, but there's no. But yeah, that's why he's saying like, I don't know, because he know damn well.
Because I'm gonna be fine. Like you gotta think
I'm fine. No, I'm good.
No, I'm going to be fine.
You really
I'm
ain't.
good. I'm good.
I'm good.
And when we spend,
Man, fuck that.
like I'm not saying
you
I
moaning?
like.
Was you moaning with that?
I like that. No, I'm not even asking no question. Like I'm telling you, money is the root of all evil. If you give me $5 million of that 10, I'm fine.
The love of money.
It's crazy. Money is the root of all evil.
The love of money.
You would just be planning, Jay, your stuff. Like you did it. It's not like she in love with the person and she can go back.
If we
and see
can't
him
get rich
again.
together, we're gonna be broke together. Like this.
No.
I just there's no scenario that you can get over it knowing that just for me at least, there's none. And I know Mike feels this way, but he can play it off like he can get through it.
I love Stacy. We've been together for like 30 years. Like I'm like 5 million. I'm like, you know what?
So why would you Mike would be saying, why would you even want to be there? Why would you even want to do that?
No.
Like you would flip it so hard. Why would you even want to have intercourse with somebody else with some money?
I would be like, how do I get this money?
Not $500 or $5,000 or $50,000. We talking about
now. If you say 20, if you say 20 million, I'm watching.
Babe, put your leg up. Go a little high. All right.
20 million.
Wait, all they got to do is have intercourse. It ain't even got to get that serious.
If they give me 20 million, if I personally get $20 million, dog, 20.
They not listening, Paul. They not listening.
What do you say? What Camari say? Is the love of it, not the
it's
money?
the love of money. The scripture is the love of money.
Mm-hmm.
Not money.
You could probably do 20 million or however much you just give them a hand job and make it happen.
20.
Done. You don't even have to do
Shiny
it.
trying to modify.
It could happen. I mean, you could set it up that way to where I'm gonna start like this, and
all
then
right,
you make it
10
happen.
million. Jay Black got quiet on 20. You get $20 million. I'll tell you what's even worse. I'll tell you what's even worse. How about this? I'll give you one that's worse. $20 million, and you're allowed to leave immediately. So basically, you're saying the woman that you're with, you give me 20, and you can go fuck, and we can dissolve the relationship.
No, hell no, we ain't doing that.
20.
So you just paying for the relationship to be over. You get money. You getting compensated.
He can go find another relationship the next day.
Give me 20.
Mike be like, well, Dex did say there's more than one soulmate out there. Dex did say that.
That sounds like you just want to be out anyway. That's not us working together.
Shawnee, you get $20 million.
I mean, that's just a buyout clause. Happens in sports all the time.
All these hypotheticals are funny.
They give you.
You've been traded.
We 20 million for us to break up,
and you're done. 20 million.
Ever? Or
you're
just
finished. Benito.
So all y'all married couples out there, everybody watching in a relationship, 20 million.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Now you can give. Now I'll even make it easier since y'all so lame. I'll make it easy because I'm out. Listen, y'all.
Listen,
Daddy, you just gonna leave mommy like
I will
that,
give.
Daddy?
No. I'm not leaving the kids. Anybody?
I said, Daddy, you gonna leave mommy like
that?
What I tell you, the strongest word in the dictionary it has 3 letters. Yup. 20?
No, I'm not doing that.
I'll be like,
we can't get back together.
Stacey gonna kill you if she
I'll
hear
be
about
like,
this
I'll be
shit.
like, yo, here's $5 million. Daddy's out. I'll see y'all. I'm living around the corner. I mean, the house is bigger than I'm living in. Y'all can come live with me if you want.
Oh wait, you going to give?
Harlem, we saw what happened in Harlem Nights. Put your mother on the phone. I'm never coming home again.
You sure your girl ain't leaving you for 20? You sure your partner ain't leaving you for 20?
Ashton Jackson, you are lying.
What do you say?
is
I'm
not
Team
leaving.
Mike.
Yeah.
Captain on that one, 20 million. I'm the
He
road
rolled
runner.
running. He'd be right back over there with his wife. He'll leave for it. He'll get on that bike and ride around the corner.
Y'all
and then
putting
come
a
back.
price on your relationship to walk
all
away.
day. There's a price.
No, there's not a price for me.
20 million.
Damn. That's
20
crazy.
to break up? No, 20 million. I want to say
Y'all
20
better, like I
million
said, y'all
together.
better be sure that the partner that you're with ain't leaving your ass for 20 million. Y'all better be real careful.
I might just have to have my wife. Let me know when I'm allowed. That is terrible.
You said I
But
can get.
that's real though.
I get
Like,
it
if this
first Friday.
If this was
every
a real
month.
conversation and this actually was
That is
presented in real facts, the number would be a lot lower than 20 million.
Hell yeah.
People would give it up for 20,000, let alone 2,000. They be out.
20,000 won't get you
What
through the year.
relationships are these? You're
God.
not
Yeah,
giving
if
up your
somebody was
partner.
handing you 20 million, like I know you scared just have to say it. I know 20 million. Stacey, know I'm leaving. I'm like, boo.
If you're
I'm
20
gonna give you.
years
I'm gonna
old
give you 5.
and you're young, as you get older and you realize when you're in your
That's even
40s
better.
and 50s,
I'm
like
back in these streets.
Yeah, you can be back in the streets in your 20. Yeah, you 20. Oh yeah, I know it's another hot something around the corner. Like, let me get that bread. Possibly.
Well, with 20 million at 40, there's something hot around the corner. I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying.
But you want a soulmate, right? You want that part.
No,
like,
if I got
it's
20 million, I
deep
do
at
not
that
want a
point.
soulmate. I do not want a soulmate if I have 20 million.
It's
I want
lonely,
somebody.
Mike. No matter how much money you got, it's lonely when you really lay down at night.
I'll actually take I said, Mom, come on, we're going to hit all the casinos throughout the country for a year. We're just gonna hit the casinos every Sunday. I'm gonna come get you.
But your soul ain't right. Like your money.
No, I've had fun when my soul been fucked up. Like I've had a lot of fun when my soul has been ratchetly disgusting. Can you imagine? And that's when I wasn't even rich. I'll come back and collect him after I collect the funds. You can't go back.
Ain't no going back, Ashley.
Yeah,
That's what
but
it
see,
said.
that's the thing. You talking about you can't go back. If I can go back, or like, but action is saying if my wife left me for 20 million, I'd be a rich side piece.
Hell
Yeah, because you want to do it
I'm
with
saying
that person.
You
like
can't go back.
You can give
at
the
this point,
person
well,
money.
then I don't want it.
You can give the person money. Like when you leave, you're allowed to give the person as much money as you want. It's up to you, up to 20 million. I'm making it easy for y'all. I'm making it easier.
If you don't take it, she'd be mad. What you mean you ain't take the money?
You mean?
That's enough to break up right there alone. Got y'all
Nah,
bugging
because
out.
then we can't do nothing together with the money.
Yeah, it's either all or nothing.
Yeah,
Your heart ain't gonna be right. No matter how that money ain't gonna fix that heart. No matter how many when that liquor wear off, your heart was here.
No, it doesn't. Because
Deep
it's just like
down,
with the
there could be a
inheritance.
destruction.
Hold on. There were people I was in love with who broke up with me for free. And I was fine. But I wound up being fine afterwards. And I was in love.
If Stacey broke your heart right now over some bread, no, there's a difference when you're in it.
Wait a minute, going to Mike's point, right? Going to Mike's point. All the people that broke up, then got back together, right? Broke up, got married, got divorced, and got back together. What's the difference?
It wasn't based off of a dollar.
Yeah, but I would rather have.
It was even dumber. It was for free.
They did it for free. They did
I
it for
would
free.
rather
So
have
for
the
20 million, why
person
not? I'll
the
catch back up
money.
with you in 5 years.
Because like even when my grandfather died and he left me money, I'm like, well, I'd rather have him here than this.
I ain't say kill him.
No, but that's what
I
I'm
ain't
saying.
they
If
gonna
you
die.
give me $20 million and I got to break up with you, to me,
I like how Ashley think. I like how Ashley think.
What did she say? Read it, Camari.
How long we got to be together? because after 20 years, we can split for 2020. I mean, for 20 million.
It was worth it. That is the biggest profit ever. If I told you can invest some money and 20 years later you got 20 million off of it, dog, we're good.
But you got to leave. But nah, I wouldn't want to do that.
It sounds good on the surface.
Unless it's a bad relationship.
That late
then
Monday night.
That's something different.
All them nights, that'll catch up to you. But hey.
Catch up to you how? You're gonna meet other people.
Your emotion, you're gonna be, but it's not gonna be the same.
It's
never gonna be. I don't want it to be the same.
You might be where he at, but that's where he want to be, baby.
I don't want.
You're gonna want to be somewhere else. You're not gonna be.
I want 20 million. I want a new one. I want something new. I don't want the same one I had. Indecent Proposal was just a movie. Anyone in their right mind would take that money and keep it moving. Take the money.
Yeah, but they stayed together. They didn't. They
broke up.
No, they got back together, but they broke up originally.
Wasn't that they had to break up? They was okay. You gonna just get $1 million, and then we cool. Nobody said they had to break up.
You give me 20, I'm like, Stace, this is
but
fine.
They didn't go to therapy. They needed therapy after that.
They gotta pay for that shit.
A whole lot more therapy.
God
we
bless
work
y'all.
it out.
That's good. Yeah. No, that's good. I appreciate y'all being in love like that. That's dope.
We work it out. I mean, I would be asking questions like, so did you enjoy what she do? You know that? Yeah, that's gonna happen.
You want to torment yourself by doing that.
Yeah, like what?
You torture yourself.
I'm not asking a question. 20 million. But it was.
Look, did she do something new next time she had sex? And then it's really? You learned that from it?
Yeah. You see this house we living in? That's what I learned. I learned this house. You see this shit? You see the bed we fucking in? The bed that we doing it in. You know how we got in this bed?
That's $20 million.
Your sanity is worth more than some money, though.
Because you go insane off of physical activity. I wouldn't go insane. That shit wouldn't drive me insane.
J-Bag flip-flop, though. He be flip-flopping because every time it's always a come-up.
I think $20 million.
Come-ups is different.
He's like, nah, I can't do this.
Not with the certain relationships are just different.
Oh, there's a lot.
This ain't no smother cut, and ain't nobody you just rocking with for a little bit. Mike and Stacey been together for years,
and we've
decades, rather.
Yeah, we've been decades.
Decades. How about that? Not even years, decades.
And
Mike just think he could just get up and walk away. It ain't happening. He ain't no. But okay, it sound good. Sound good on paper, on the surface. It sound good. I'm selling his penis for one night for a meal.
I'm telling you. I rocks with Ashley.
The guy handle it. That was fake. The woman could. He could.
Yeah, now flip flop. Of course, it'd be easier for a guy.
Absolutely. To handle it?
No, if Mike had to be the one to sacrifice his body to have sex. Oh
no, he's talking about Indecent Proposal. He's talking about the
movie.
Oh
yeah. I'm just thinking if it was the other way around. Because Stacey handled it, and then
I ain't even gonna tell you what Stacey would say.
What would he say?
Saw that dick.
Who wanted it?
I drop you off.
$20 million. Boy, you better get over there. You working. What you looking at me for?
Wedding.
You still here? Right. Let me get these pills for you.
Don't make my money.
Yeah, stupid.
Motherfucker, we be on vacation, chill. Oh, I be on a.
But here's another real life scenario, though, right? There are some pimps who actually wind up marrying their workers after years of work. I'm trying to be
work.
Yes.
Look, Ashley made it. Look, Ashley made the great point. Yes, Mike, you think differently when you got 20 years plus in. We already done did this bid. Ain't nothing else we could do. We done did everything together, girl. Everything. It's 20 million. Jay Black talking about you gonna be sad. Sad walking on a beach with a fucking drink in my hand. I wish somebody would say some crazy shit.
With an inner cry.
They know it. Motherfucker, the umbrella that I would have in my drink. I would FaceTime you, and you'd be like, "Yeah, maybe I should have done it." You should have.
Let me get that pill.
Let me get that pill.
Get that blue monster.
Shawnee ain't even married, so Shawnee in love. Shout out to Slow Your Man.
You saw the post? I saw the post. I was like, man, that's a nice post. That was the I'm coming out post for real, for real. The world saw that one. That was dope. No, I mean, like,
she was all teeth, just a smile.
She was smiling. You felt it though, right?
Mm-hmm. What? Congratulations. Salute to Black Love.
That girl sleeping love. That girl is sleeping well at night.
Happy.
She's sleeping well at night. Whatever he doing, she done turned $20 million down. God bless you.
It all started from a wig, Camari. You first brought mountain bikes and wigs. Like, that's what did it. And then all of a sudden now, look at this. This is cute.
Whatever works. Whatever works.
He bought her a wig and she turning $20 million down. God damn. I don't know what was laced in that wig. I don't know what he put in it. God bless him. Next time I see that dude, I'm not even shaking his hand because I don't want none of that to wear off on me. I'll start turning $20 million down. Don't even touch me, homie. They turn $20 million down because he said he's gonna feel bad on a Thursday night watching Wheel of Fortune by himself.
Don't forget the jizz. Oh yeah.
The flued out. Yeah, that's what started it off too. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, we gonna flued out. We gonna be. I'm gonna be flued out next week to New York to be with y'all.
That shit is next week.
Apollo, Michael Shawn, Apollo.
He's fluing.
The legendary Apollo stage.
Flying me out. He flew me out.
Michael Shawn.
No, you're getting flued out.
I'm getting flued out.
Getting flued out.
And I keep reading it. It says the sound stage at the Apollo. What does the sound stage? So I'm just letting y'all know. I'm starting to be like, well,
I don't know.
It's going to be in the Apollo.
It's in the building.
It's in the building, the Apollo.
It's in the building.
I got to sign this W-9. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, y'all, but we're going to have a good time. We're going to be in New York. It's going to be in New York.
It's going to be $20 million good time, huh?
We're going to be in Harlem.
Yeah.
So we're going to have fun. All right. Let's wrap this up and then what else? That's it. We're done. That was hilarious. The fact that y'all turned down $20 million over. God.
I don't think. Okay, Slow. Would you take the $20 million?
Don't put that pressure on him now because you answered the question already. He has to answer and say, "Hell no, I wouldn't take that." $20 million.
He gonna tell the truth. He gonna say what he would do.
Would he take the $20 million by allowing you? He already said he would allow
break
you.
Up $20 million.
Oh, just to be done. $20 million, and you can no longer talk to each other.
Do it.
Over.
It'd be over.
Done.
Completely.
The done. How many exclamation points was that?
I like that guy. He's honest. He ain't playing no game.
He changed his name to DJ Quick, Fast, and in a Hurry. What the fuck?
He said, y'all gonna have some conversations after this.
The funny part is Jay Black is so fucking dysfunctional. We can't even play an Axe Lady Q. We can't even play.
It's not. No.
It'll fuck up the whole month. They want to make it up for free.
She might smack him.
Let's look at the time. We gotta go. Well, I'm glad Shawnee and Slow Your played along. Mike played along. I don't know if Stacy, she's at work. Kamari, I don't know where your wife is.
I was scared to call Stacy because Stacy might say no. Like Stacy, for $20 million will you leave me? She might fuck around and say some dumb shit like no.
Mike, like, I love you way more than money. There's no dollar amount. Then she make you feel bad.
I think she'd be ready to go. 20 million exactly. Slow. She said, "I'll get you the pill."
Yeah, get you the pill. Do a good job.
I was saying in general, but y'all
go get them blue pills. Get them blue pills.
$20 million. I promise you, I won't need a pill. I promise you. The excitement alone.
So for Lady Eloise, you wouldn't need the pill.
For who?
Lady Eloise. So that means somebody that's old.
My gosh. Eartha Kitt.
Oh no, I'm killing it.
Right?
Yeah, I'm killing her.
Okay.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, does it matter the person that you have to sleep with? What if it's an old?
I think it matters.
Does it matter?
I'm knocking the dust off of her.
20 million, Mike. He has no morals. It's just whatever. It's all about the bread.
It's worth it, right?
And I'm not even like the fancy car type. Like, I'm not even like a dude that's really strung out over cars and everything like that. Like, I've never been like that big. Like, most of the cars I've ever gotten is simply because everybody was like, yo, that's a dope car. You should get it. And it was really just got the car because chicks look at the car. That's it.
What if you had to eat the groceries for the $20 million?
Oh, wow.
Would you what? Say that again?
Eat the groceries.
I mean, I still do it, but I mean, now that, my friends, that takes it to another level.
Yeah, you
now you're thinking about the person. Now the person matters.
And what they have for dinner. Okay.
Now the person matters.
And they owe. And they
owe. Now the person matters.
Look at the time. All right.
You killing the fun now.
Yeah, right.
You trying to be overly graphic now. Come on.
But that's part of it, though. If they
I'm going to be disgusted with myself.
Down there.
Yeah, I'm going to be disgusted with myself.
And get all of this.
Yeah.
I will be disgusted with myself.
I will be disgusted with myself on what I did.
$20 million richer.
I can't believe I did that.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be disgusted with myself.
I cannot believe I ate the Golden Girls ass like that. That is ridiculous.
I will be 20 million richer. Go take a shower.
And we got to tape it. And stuff.
Oh, there you go. There we got to tape it.
These are these conversations people have.
I'll be embarrassed. Hold on. Shawnee said, and we got to tape it. I will truly be embarrassed when y'all watch it.
I wouldn't be.
But I'll be somewhere on the beach. You said, Mike, you'll be on an island somewhere.
Even if I got to watch it with y'all.
I'll be doing a money phone.
Yo, I be eating popcorn. I'm like, yo, it's about to get disgusting, y'all. Wait till y'all see what's about to happen right here. Here it goes. Stupid.
Okay.
All right, love me for who I am, not the ass I ate. Listen. You fight for everything in life. Fight for
eating ass. Fight for eating ass.
Fight for eating ass. You fight for everything.
Oh, wow.
You've been fighting to get rich, man. Fuck all that relationship. All right, have a good day, y'all. We talking. James like, y'all feels bad because, I'll be lonely on the days I'm watching Wheel of Fortune. Bitch, you be on Wheel of Fortune. You got 20 million. You buy a valve on that bitch. You be spinning the wheel. $20 million. We got to continue this conversation. We got to start asking more people these questions. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Michael Shawn, the TakeOver Legends. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the TakeOver Legends, where the truth hurts.